You don't need a killer dragon for me. Ooh, I don't need no fairy tale.
Well, all right then.
Picturing Shaq now.
Last
He's huge,
time,
but somehow nimble.
yes, that's a Ugla O'Neill.
Hmm.
Last time, we journeyed northward around the wood of Alderheart and the Humble Wood to a mysterious location north of the forest, not terribly far from the eastern mountain range. You tracked, or you were tracking, Oddwald Ebonheart into this path when his trail led through a stone archway that seemingly just led into an open grass field. As you passed through, you found yourself standing at the beginning of a perilous-looking swampland that had a zigzagging trail of narrow stones, upon which you saw what looked to be Oddwald's continuing trail. As you attempted to navigate these stones, they became thinner or wider sometimes, and sometimes less solid, more solid, and eventually one of you, Genra, lost their footing and slipped. And as they made to make the short fall into the muck, Genra disappeared straight through the ground. A quick hustle backwards to catch up to, or to get back to where her spot was, revealed that the swamp was an illusion, and these stone paths were long wooden, like narrow boards that cross a very deep and wide canyon or crevasse. Kenya,
Yeah.
yes. Genra, having disappeared some 30 to 45 seconds before they discovered that this was in fact an illusion, is long gone by the time someone's sticking their head down into the illusory field. She falls / glides for almost a quarter of a mile into the darkness, without the ability to see in the darkness and no magic or torches to help her with this debacle. She lands with minor cuts, scrapes, and bruises in the dark, alone, and with no way of finding her way back or to her friends. Her friends decide that they must chase after her, as is good and righteous, and grasp hands and leap off into the illusion and down into the dark. Ugla, having just forgotten that his brand new weapon did not appreciate spells being cast on him, and he luckily made the save not to attack Lycus immediately.
Does the fact that it was a nat 20 make the sword maybe a little less pissed than it would have been?
Not in the slightest.
Okay.
If anything, it's more mad that you defeated it so easily.
It's a will. Okay.
How dare you?
As is typical cat logic.
That's true.
The trio floats to the ground, not seeing hide nor hair nor feather of Genra, and decide to walk in the direction she most likely went and hunt her down in hopes of finding her safe and sound. 5 to 6 minutes later, they do find her, but she is not sound, though she is safe. Genra is huddled in a pseudo-fetal position. I'm not really sure how I could picture a humanoid goose in a fetal position, but that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
In a pseudo-fetal position, cradled around her new instrument, making just kind of random, plucking tones on the strings and looking distraught as she sobs in the darkness. I believe you guys. I think we stopped talking about her issue, but not actually running the scene with you walking up, right? Like you guys are still 15 feet apart, having just spotted her, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that's where we resume. You have just walked up with your what was y'all's light source, or were you walking in the dark?
It was in the dark.
Oh, right. You know, you were holding like
I was holding Rezik's hand.
Yeah, Lycus had taken an amulet or a
right,
ball
right.
bearing or something.
Right, you had a light spell.
And it's like a light spell.
Oh no, you had a candle, a magical candle.
Right.
Right, you have a very small sphere of light.
And then I also lit my gloves.
Okay, so you have 2 magic candles.
Yeah.
All right. Genra, having, you know, like being distraught, didn't even register the sound of you until you're essentially on top of her. And given that you are only walking with candlelight, at first you also can't hear her until you're very close because of how much noise Ugla makes. The lack of anything else and the closeness of very hard walls makes a pretty severe amount of echoes in the canyon. So it isn't until you are literally walking Ginra's huddled body into your small candle light circle that the trio spots her, and she registers that this is not another trick of the darkness. Go.
Ginra, are you okay?
I think we broke her.
Ginra?
I walk up and I try and extinguish one of the gloves by like.
It's an alchemical effect, so it doesn't work.
Oh no!
Those gloves are on fire for the next 15 minutes.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over and put a hand on her and say, Ginra, are you okay?
Genra, roll wisdom save.
Shoot down. Literally holding a shield. Okay. Wisdom save.
Yes, a wisdom save. 12. You jump, but you don't have to freak out afterwards. Like the touch, kind of shocks you back into really present here in the moment. But you don't freak out when you spot Ugla. All right, this is loud as fuck.
My goodness. Akla. What happened to me?
I think you fell through some fake water and then floated down a long way into this canyon.
I feel terrible. Please get me out of here.
Yeah, that's priority number 1. Luckily, Lycus can make some little candles, so you don't have to be in the dark.
I thought I was going to die down here.
Nah, you don't get to die first. I already took that.
It was the most lonely thing I've ever felt in my life.
Man, it was only 30 minutes.
10.
Wow.
Her
Did
light
anything
flashed
happen?
before her eyes, okay? In a very dark flashing.
No, I mean,
Okay.
you went through a very rapid series of traumatic events.
Yeah. It was a lot.
Like you lost your grip. That you got that surprise factor. You fell through where something wasn't happening, shocking your senses. Then you were plummeting into darkness with no visible bottom, horrifying. Yeah. Extend your wings, fly through darkness, and crash into sharp rocks for a solid couple minutes. It is not a good time.
Yeah, I guess Agla has trouble understanding just because of the fear of the darkness.
How easy it was you guys had to. You were just like, oh, okay, guys, haha, wee.
I mean, if you can see in the dark versus
right,
yeah,
not being able to see, then you can't really understand that fear as well unless you've been blinded at some point.
Yeah.
Ugla has very likely never been robbed of his sight. What's that for, Lycus? You just trying to understand?
Just trying to understand.
Okay. You, like Ugla, have never been really robbed of your sight since birth, aside from having been willingly blindfolded. So you can tell that she's gone through some pretty serious trauma, but it's not something you can easily empathize with.
Are you able to walk? Were you injured?
I'm a little beat up, but I think I could walk.
Here, I'll take your lyre. You go ahead and get up.
No! No! Don't you dare.
Okay,
Hi.
I'm sorry.
I can't let you touch it. Don't touch it.
I won't. I won't. I'll help you up. Maybe. Do you want that?
Okay. Please.
Okay. I won't touch the lyre.
Nobody touch it.
Yeah, dark vision. Man, yeah, so we don't really know the way out, but there's really only two ways to go. So I kind of feel like if we just like go in
Well,
one
we-
direction, eventually we'll get
You
where we're
die
going.
down here?
I mean, Rezik, you can make good berries, right?
Yeah, Rezik, can you make good berries?
I can, but not today.
I mean,
Okay, cool.
the question is, do you have any berries?
Yeah.
So you can't make them ever.
You have to have a berry to make them?
Good berry enchants berries into the
Yeah.
magical berry.
Well, I mean, I would have it, but that's not
Conjure
the spell
them.
that I took today.
Right, that's what I meant. Is like, do you have actual regular berries?
I mean, if he needed it for a spell, then I'm sure. Right? You said he was Mr. Prepared last
He
time.
is. But you guys have been
Yeah.
traveling a long ways. You're currently in a place where you can't forage. Like the number of things like fresh supplies, like berries, things that rot, will dwindle with time if you lack the ability to forage for more.
Right, and it takes like what, a couple days for the berries to go bad typically. So,
So,
it,
so if you, like you're fine now, like and tomorrow you're fine. But if you guys got stuck down here for a week, you probably run out of good berries.
Right. And rations.
Rations you could, ration. Knowing you're stuck, you could stretch your 7 days into 14 and stuff like that.
but I would have rations.
Yes, yeah. I mean, you guys definitely have regular food and berries to make good berries out of. I'm just talking about, like, realistically, trapped in the dark in a cavern, food options are very slim.
Right. So if it takes more than, 3 or 4 days to get out of here, we could start to starve, definitely.
You'll still like. If you spend more than 3 days down here, Rezik's Mr. Outdoorsy survivalness will be like, all right, we're rationing food, eat slim.
Okay, so I kind of feel like there's only two directions here. There's that way, which I think was the way we were walking from, and that way, which I think is the way we're headed. So let's go the way that we were headed, way up top, and maybe we'll find a way to get up.
Why don't I get survival checks from everyone but Genra, who is a little too frazzled. Rezik and Ugla, now that you are in a little less of a hurry, taking in your surroundings, looking about, there are footprints in the dust here at the base of the cavern that are not yours.
Oh, that's strange. What kind of feet prints are these?
They are non-bird folk, very likely to be humble folk. And if you haven't missed your guess, they're about the size of Lycus's feet.
Are they? So the question is, are they? I would assume I would know this. Are they in the shape of like a cat or canine-ish esque?
Or they could. It's essentially that they could be any of the Vulpin humble folk options. So it could be a fox or any variety of foxes, or if I were to allow other canines as part of Vulpin, then it could be those.
Okay, all right. So,
But
All right.
they're definitely, like long, narrowish feet, as your humanoid canines probably are, with toes up near the front and wide, thick claws, as opposed to like the thin ones that might belong to a feline.
that's the reason why I was asking.
I guess if people have been passing through here, then there's got to be an exit somewhere. So you want to follow these feet prints?
Which way do they lead?
Both ways.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
So
They
that
go
means
both
people,
ways.
so it means people are traveling through here, but The question is, are they friendly?
Another question that Rezik, with your higher check, would know is that it's especially given the kind of weird effect the illusion has on the air coming from above. Like everything in the cavern is stale. There's no wind here. Nothing moves. The likelihood that these footprints are somewhere between 1 day and 100 years old is totally unknown to you.
Okay.
Okay, well, we didn't come all this way to not find our cool temple and hunt down Mr. Ebenhart. So let's continue on just
Well-
from down here, right?
Actually, I have one other question. Does it look like a bunch of footprints, or is it like some footprint? Like,
It looks like less than half a dozen, less than 6 different feet pairs.
okay. So, with that being said, I say to the group, guys, they go both ways, but it doesn't look like a lot of different people.
Well,
So
is that a
Maybe
bad
we'll run
thing?
into 'em.
that could be very bad. That means that they could have went one way and then went back the other.
Maybe, or maybe it's
Meaning
just
that one way
separate
could be a dead end, and the other way
Okay,
also
yeah,
be a dead end.
let's take a
We
look.
Could
Let's see,
both
if
be
there-
dead.
let's see if it's the same feet going one way and the other way.
Well,
Right.
which was the more recent one?
no clue. I like. Do you feel any wind or any air down here? Like these aren't moving. Like that. There's nothing to disturb this.
Except for the others' feet.
Right. The only thing
And
that
our feet.
disturbs passage would be y'all's feet and the previous walkers. So while you can't tell the age of any footprint, you could tell that like this foot walked, northward more recently than it walked southward or something like that. Well, how much time are you willing to spend trying to figure that out, Rezik?
The rest of the time my gloves allow.
So for the next 10 minutes, you're willing to really closely inspect the footprints.
Yes, and I asked the other guys, "Hey, can you guys? I can't see very well. If you can just kind of look away from the light and kind of just have a look out because we don't know what else is down here."
The real question is, does this affect what we're going to do? Our only choice is go left or go right.
Yes, and it depends on which way they went first and what way they came back from, because that could indicate that there's a dead end. That's the reason why they would. Why else would you come back? Unless
I
it's
mean-
you're traveling back through, and that would
I
be the only
guess.
other thing.
Or maybe they were just collecting things that had fallen in here and then they went back home. I don't know. I don't think we can get a lot I think we should just keep going.
Do you guys think time is of the essence here?
I mean, a little bit, but I just don't see. Okay, I'll help look at the footprints. Just, yeah, we're kind of loud and, we kind of fell from the air. So if there's anybody watching this, could already be headed our way.
Make an advantaged investigation, Rezik. Okay. Rezik spends the full 10 minutes, right up until the moment of his gloves turning out, and you'll still have light. You still have Lycus's little candle light, but you feel like you've gotten everything you could possibly learn, Rezik, by the time your gloves are running out of their own fuel. And you turn up a little more information than you had discovered in your first collection of looks about. A couple of things. One, most of the tracks are definitely older than a singular set of kind of large-ish Vulpin tracks. are probably the most recent among all of the all the Vulpin tracks. Like there's a set of them that are whatever X age, and they all were traveling together north and or south. Then more recently, having cast dust on most of those pairs, is a pair of like single tracks, a solo person. But also, as you start to kind of branch out and like move up and down the tunnel a little, you spot a new set of tracks that you hadn't seen before. These are feline, except they have too many toes on the big paws, and it looks like there are a lot of clustered smaller paws, while like in addition to the big paws.
And what way does that run?
That
Both
one.
ways.
That one. So, and the oddity there is that it doesn't run. There are no steps. You spot like 8 clustered paw prints from the feline, and then they vanish. And then 15 feet down the canyon, they reappear. Then they vanish. And then like 15 feet further, this thing is like jumping or something.
Blinking.
Or blinking, yes. If it's like a blink dog, it could be.
I don't say anything yet, and whatever way they're jumping or blinking to,
Mhm.
I plan to go the opposite direction of that.
Okay.
Unless it's both ways, and then I want to go the opposite way that it just went.
So remember, there's no age to any of
Right.
any particular set of tracks. It's only
Right.
by what might have been cast by others.
Right.
And the cat paws are the most recent track, so there is no age to them.
Yeah, I want to go the opposite direction of the feline.
I have bad news for you. It goes both ways.
Of course
Okay.
it does.
I mean, cats gotta eat.
It's true.
If you wanted to make that same logic with the most recent set of Vulpin tracks, it looks as though those last traveled northward, the way you guys were walking to find Genra.
I'm gonna pull Ugla aside and convey this information, but very quietly. And I say, I'm not sure which way we should go, but there is something here.
Oh, it's big, by the way. Those were not
Yeah,
small.
I was about to ask.
Like,
I was going to ask.
It is a solid like 8 feet from back paws to front paws. It's big.
Okay. So I say that there is a large predator here. It's we need to be very wary. I don't know if I'm not sure which way we need to go because I don't know which way it traveled last. It went both ways, but the people that were traveling here last were traveling northward.
I mean, we were intending on going northward anyway, right? So, works for me.
Yeah, it's just going on. Her
Okay.
eyes are glazing over.
Yeah,
And,
Genra's thoughts are pretty much like whatever gets me out of here fastest. Yeah, great.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right, northward it is, guys.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's find that even heart.
You did, yeah, like, for the record, you noticed 0 bird footprints. So if Ebonheart's down here, he's not making tracks.
Yeah, we got to try and find a way out of here. Get back on the trail.
Hold on,
Back
let
up
me
top.
see something.
Maybe
real
there's a rope
quick.
somewhere.
Okay. I have an idea to help us out. I've already made a shitload of noise.
Mm-hmm.
Is this climbable?
Absolutely.
like
This is rough. This is rough canyon wall. Even without your fancy climbing claws, a good athletics check could climb these walls.
Well,
Can we see the light at the top?
No.
no.
Is the illusion probably doing that though,
Yeah,
or is
yeah.
it just
The illusion both blocks all light and heavily muffles all sound.
Of course it does. So,
I
Since
think we could probably just climb out of here.
I looked again, are you feeling up to this? If we decide to climb out,
I can carry her, I think. And if I
It's a
and if I
bug.
slip, we can just
I
glide.
want the. It's literally right behind me. I fucking hate these stupid things. They're huge. They're slow.
Houseflies, yeah, they're enormous.
Hate them.
my dog just eats them.
Yep.
I wish mine would,
If
but
only.
he's not in here, so.
We gotta wait till they get big enough to where they make a lot of noise,
Right.
and then they'll
Yeah.
really focus on the like me.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, this one's kind of quiet, but
Dang.
obviously noticeable.
Yeah.
Rezik, do you
Genra's
have
just,
talents?
yeah, she doesn't really care what we do. She's just kind of frazzled. The sooner
Rezik.
that we get out of here, the better. But she's not going to be able to climb up this easily. It's going to be, you guys probably carrying her.
You can climb on my back.
Okay.
Rezik, do you have talons?
Yeah,
Sweet.
for sure do.
Yes, raptors are one of the climbing birds.
Okay.
Lycus, could you fashion talons to help you climb? Or foot spikes of some kind?
Not enough to get me up the entire cliffside. It was
asked
quite a
him
long fall.
If
Yeah, I mean, we'd all be okay if we fell. Technically, all of us can glide or feather fall.
Except for Ercolacus. Oh yeah,
Featherfall.
he can feather fall, but
I say I could give you my two short swords you could tie to your feet and use those. It's like flat, and then you just stick them in. If not, that's fine too. I don't... Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking. But
Yeah.
with his feet, probably he always has a stable surface to stand on. Or he could use his claws, which would make worse.
yeah.
And I start to say, well, we need to make a decision. We need to either move or start climbing with a little bit of urgency in my voice.
I can only think of a way to get 3 out of 4 of us up. We could do multiple trips. Okay. I can carry Ginra up first, and then I can come back down and get Lycus.
And say we could also just set up a rope instead of coming back down. I feel like it'd be quicker to just throw a rope down and then start climbing rather than you climb back down and back up.
Do we have enough rope?
Yeah, I don't know if we have enough rope because it was pretty far down, wasn't it? It was like a whole mile, right?
It was very far.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Never mind.
Yeah, I thought about that last time, but I was like, man, I don't think we'd have enough for that.
I didn't set up my equipment properly, so I have no rope, even though I started with a traveler's backpack for adventures.
Yeah.
Do we have any rope at all, like us?
I have 50 feet.
We could fashion something to where me, you, and Ugla are all attached together.
So I could
And then
carry
we-
Ginra and then half carry him, and you half carry him. I mean,
Or
They're
he
probably-
could climb, and then unless he can't climb at all.
you can climb a little. It's just gonna be difficult.
Everyone can try to climb, yeah.
Yeah.
So I would assume that would be like us assisting him to climb. So that way if he does fall, it just kind of puts a little more weight on us.
Right, and if he falls, then you all have to make saves or fall.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of my armor so that if we fall, I don't die. No, I can't glide without it on.
I would assume that. Do you got one feather fall left? Or I guess I wouldn't. That'd be really wouldn't something I would have.
You know,
Right.
yeah, maybe Lycus is the one on my back with my armor on, and he just feather falls us if I slip. And then Ginner's the one hanging.
Genra, aren't you filling up the climbing?
I mean, I'll do whatever it takes to get out of here. I mean,
I think
just wanna
climbing
get
is
out
the
of here.
I think climbing is the fastest way out.
all right,
I agree. Let's do this.
let's do it. Let's fucking motherfucker.
All right, so we fashioned this up.
Is there
Okay.
a bug up there?
Yeah, she's chasing the fly.
Uh,
All right, so who's
Yeah,
who's fashioning this climbing apparatus?
Lycus?
All right, I'll get on it.
No,
Yeah,
not
so-
who's writing it. Who's fashioning it? As in, who is tying the knots? Who's putting this together?
Somebody.
Probably
I would-
Lycus.
Lycus.
Okay.
Well, what kind of check is that?
That's kind of the question, right? What kind of check is that?
don't-
Let me harken back to ancient D&D for
'Cause if it's
a
survival,
use
then
rope
that's
check.
what I would- Yeah.
That kind of got wrapped into survival,
It did.
so
I'm just curious what use rope used to be. It was a dex check. Huh.
If it's dex, then it could be sleight of hand, or what's some other dexterity stuff.
Let's call for both, and I'll let you use the better. We can make one no advantage of each, and we'll see how it goes.
okay.
Didn't work. Did not help. Didn't get it. It was not even surface.
He's
So
so fast.
I just bopped him, and he just like was like, "Ow," and flew away.
Rude. Bzz.
Ow! Go ahead.
Make your survival as well. Like
Assisted if it's
no,
survival.
it's not assisted. He gets one of
Wait,
each, and he
my-
takes the better. No, Lycus is making a check.
And what was the other one?
You made sleight of hand. Make survival now. Okay. You feel like you've tied this to the best of your abilities. You've never fashioned a climbing guideline before, and especially not one that was intended to hold the weight of a person should they suddenly fall. So you use the best knots that you can think of, and the four of you are tied together.
Cool.
I was looking at a perception to see if I knew whether or not it was good or not. And
You have no idea.
Yep.
Okay.
It looks
Ginner,
good to me.
Ginner, you can glide down if you slip, right?
Yes, I can do that again.
Okay, Lycus, you're on my back, and I'm clinging and clanging, so don't ever let go. Because if you let go and I slip, I need you to feather fall me, or else I'm going to die.
Before we do this, I say here, Genra, and I refill my gloves with the, I guess the black flame,
Sure.
whatever.
I give you both small candles and something that's not gonna burn.
Well, I wanted to make sure that she had light before we fucking left.
Oh, that's true. That's traumatizing.
Okay, so if necessary, if somehow Genra ends up alone, she can make her 15 minutes of candlelight.
As well as a torch, I guess, as well, just in case.
Yeah.
I give her
Alright.
one torch.
Oh,
Let's
you give,
get
you give her
moving.
a standard torch as well.
Yeah.
All right, so Genra now has some light options. At least one torch. All right, so
Where you see me?
climbers with your talon features, you gain an advantage on strength athletics checks made to climb. Right.
Got it.
Nice. You guys are so lucky. I have not rolled very well today.
I don't
Why can't we
even
go
wanna
up
know
against
what that is
something
talking
really
about.
strong?
And we just make an athletics check.
You make advantaged athletics check, yes.
Okay.
Even
well, very
with
good.
Lycus on my back, would it just be a normal athletics check?
No, you still gain the benefit of your grip. I just make your DC harder. Nice, nice. All right. Genra, you still need to make a regular, non-advantage check, and Lycus, you're the only one spared of having to climb.
Yay!
But you got to hold on to me real tight.
That's enough. All right. This is a super craggy surface here, so unless the surface gets slick, we're looking for like 10s, except for Ugla, who needs a 15 because he's holding Lycus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's not like this is not easy. You're in armor with someone on your back, and like literally free climbing. Like
Probably should take that off.
think about the distribution of weight. It is all over your body, super heavy, and then extra pulling you away due to gravity.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys start your climb. You make it. You move at half speed, which is 15 feet every round.
Wow.
There's zero chance we'll make it all the way up.
This is the choice.
Okay.
This is the choice you've
So
made.
I go up 15 feet, realize I can't do this. This is too far, and I start to go back down.
You say that, or you just start climbing.
I just said it.
Okay, he says that.
Realizing the impossibility with how difficult a 15 strength check is, and it's only been 15 feet, and looking up, nope. Okay, so I'm gonna start to climb down.
Okay. Like you have like Ugla has a better than average chance of succeeding every time, but the distance you have to travel, you're gonna fall.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. So I also climb back down, and
All right.
I'd say to Genra, let's go back down.
But you don't have far to go. Everyone with the wings can kind of just let go and wing flap themselves a little bit. Even Ugla, since it's not far, you can do enough to break your fall at least.
Yeah.
You guys essentially just hop off and, wing beat once. Ugla's landing's a little hard, but luckily he's strong.
Okay, let's go north.
Damn
So
Wow.
Fucking rolling 2s and 5s.
Randy's evil creatures are just like hanging out today.
They're chilling up there like, oh, another boring day in the canyon, eh, Craig? Yeah, man. Another boring day, Jimmy.
Did you hear something? I farted.
Yeah, that's fine.
oh, it's not dissipating. It's just staying here.
No. Craig, we ain't got no damn wind, you asshole.
Okay, so
Yes, doggo.
I'll go start pulling the ropes off. Let's just walk north. It was a good idea though.
All right. Me anticipating that is. I asked kind of like, what kind of speed can we travel at? Because I don't think we're going to be traveling stealthily through here.
I'll be as quiet as possible.
It depends on what your plan is. If you want to be quiet as possible, but leave your armor on, you're basically just moving at a walking pace. If you want to go kind of fast, or but planning to travel far, you can jog as like the overland travel rules, and you'll make a lot of noise, but you'll cover a decent amount of ground. Or of
for
course
how
you could
painful
run.
it is on your ears for me to jog in here, we're definitely going to be trying to move quietly.
Okay, so you guys are walking. You make a solid 15 feet every 6 seconds or so, and make a reasonable amount of racket that echoes everywhere.
Well, so knowing all the footprints around here, let's try and keep it quiet. Let's try and be as stealthy as possible about this heading north.
You want to actually actively stealth?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's try and be quiet.
All right.
You guys will move at a snail's pace, but you will be relatively silent. Since this is like a long distance travel, I will let you all make an advantaged stealth check. Lycus.
I am getting it set to advantage
Mm.
because I also don't have a mouth.
Mm.
Oh,
Yes, lack of mouse, very difficult. Alright, so even with advantage, Ugla can't manage more than a 10. Alright, Ugla is as quiet as he can possibly be, which is pretty much not quiet. He's not overly loud, but he's like holding the jangly pieces of his armor and just going like a one metallic shink, shink every time he steps. But with the heavy echo of the cavern, it's not very silent.
So I look back at him. Can we pick up the pace a little bit? We're not quiet at all.
Finally.
Damn you.
Uh,
Here we go. I get one shot.
I guess we are moving
Our
kind of
luck's
slow.
run out.
I guess we can walk normally. This seems like so we travel for an hour, and then Rezik says that to me, and it's like, yeah, we're not really getting anywhere. I guess let's just walk normally. Seems safe.
Okay. After like even like at the snail's pace, an hour really doesn't get you terribly far. You guys probably didn't move but a mile. Not that you'd know that in the darkness. I mean, 10 foot around is slow. Okay. About after that hour kicks in, Rezik gets tired of the failure that was the stealth attempt and asks, "Can we pick up the pace? This obviously isn't stealthy." You acquiesce and you start to walk into your normal jangling, and it isn't 2 minutes later that that Genra, already on like high alert, frayed nerves, starts to hear a soft feline growl.
Do any of us hear that? Other
Not
than
yet.
her?
She has the best passive perception.
Okay.
He's not moving. There's
What?
We can't hear you. Ever.
something growling at us. Stop moving.
Listen real close.
Oh, I
The
just said there's something growling at us.
The instant she says that, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm a transform.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I want to figure out where some bitch is.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm
Because
on
already
edge
thinking
too.
about it.
Yeah, I'm on
Yeah.
edge. I'm already thinking, and it's scratching at the back of my head. Like, we need to get out of here.
Okay.
This is a large cat. I've already been swapped by a cat before.
Okay.
I'm already worried about it.
You go ahead and shift and
Which direction?
turn into the Hellhound. It's in front of you.
Oh, good. I'll be ready.
Going on alert and actively listening, you can all hear this growl, especially once you turn into the Hellhound. It's loud as fuck because you've got enhanced hearing. Yeah, this sounds like a deep-chested feline is somewhere up ahead in the darkness. What do you do?
I'm gonna growl back. It's. I
Okay.
mean, we're not gonna have advantage and sneak up on this critter.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna try and do my best to maybe
We have talked to animals.
intimidate.
Maybe we can just make friends with it.
Go ahead and roll a Hellhound Intimidate. Let's see.
Let's see. I gotta pull that up.
Let me go see what their stat block is again.
Guys, I haven't done it in a long time, but I feel like if this is an animal, I can talk to it, and maybe we don't have to fight, right?
Intimidate's a charisma check. So you have a -2.
You like talking to animals too, right?
Ah, sweet.
But given we'll play some
Listen to us,
classic
Pugla.
play some classic animal roles here, and I'll give you advantage as a dog trying to intimidate a cat.
Okay. So it's gonna be
So roll 2d20, and we'll just subtract 2 from the best one. So 17 -2 is 15. Okay. All right. Let's see how he feels about that. You don't get to use intimidate very often.
okay. Now I got the picture saved, so I don't have to go back in the messages and look for it.
Cool.
I thought I did that earlier, but
All right. The feline growling sound fades.
Oh, guess you spooked it. Cool.
moving.
I am still frantically looking for this thing. Now that
I think
now
you
that
should
kinda-
stay like that.
Yeah.
I think I should too, because I'm not about to get pounced on and die.
Rezik
Yeah.
says, "Burger, bark, bark, wolf."
Yeah.
Woof woof.
Yeah, well,
woof,
yeah,
woof, woof,
Sorry, I'm saying my thoughts out loud.
Hey, if we come upon it again, I think we should try talking to it, bargaining with it.
Here's my thought, Ugla, and I'll say this very quickly. How often do you think that thing gets 4 delicious prey happening upon it?
I mean, I
Probably
can
not
give it
often.
narration. We got a little bit extra food. Doesn't have to eat us.
I mean, if I were it, I'd rather eat us. But
I
that's
mean,
just me.
Maybe once I show
And
it
the
my
food.
sword,
Yes.
you know, maybe it'll take the lesser instead of knowing it's gonna bleed.
I give Ugla a big sniff and go and drool.
Okay.
just to make the point.
Yeah, like Ugla smells good. Smell like
Right.
chicken.
Let's keep walking. Maybe it'll just fuck off since your growl is so scary.
Okay, you guys continue forward at your normal speed.
I'm gonna like kind of nudge Ugla to try and go faster, so that way we're not sitting down here with this guy. I'm extremely worried about this.
Okay,
You can go ahead if you want, little dude. I know you can probably see and hear a little better.
he's not little. He's like solidly chest height.
He's actually bigger than normal Rezik.
Yeah.
He's way bigger than normal Rezik for sure.
Yeah, imagine me turning into this
Go
tiny
ahead if you
hellhound.
want. You can probably see and hear pretty well.
And so I go ahead and take. I
Suppose
go ahead and go forward, and I'm trying to look for a scent of it to see if I can smell.
Oh, you smell it.
Is it strong? Is it continuing on? Has it been pretty clear that it's moved
It
on?
is.
Or
So if you go ahead, you pick up the scent almost instantly. It was crouching maybe 100 feet up the canyon when you heard the growl. It's gone now, but it has a strong remnant there. You stop, prick up your ears, and it's above you. Not directly, but it is above you. And you can hear it pouncing around from like large rocky outcrops.
well, seeing as I can't talk,
You can
I'm
point.
gonna look up.
So trio, you catch up, and the hellhound is just looking at the sky, or the up in the cavern.
Is the cat up there?
I'll just paw at the ground.
Yenna, you see anything?
I mean, it's dark,
No,
right?
it's too dark.
I mean, hear
Remember,
anything?
yeah, like y'all, especially with the candlelight, that ruins your dark any chance at night vision. So you've got a very small bubble of light.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. Can I walk ahead of that so it doesn't mess with it? Or?
That's what I plan on doing. Was I was planning on being the scout a little bit further ahead, so that
Right.
way keep a little distance from me and them, and then
Right.
I can also see. Hopefully, I probably if it's able to jump up above, I'm probably not able to see it anyways. But
If you stand there a while, you might think that you spot glimpses of shadows moving amongst shadows.
Okay, keep an eye on it. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
Uh,
It's another.
Keep trying to keep yourself between our party and it, since you can see and hear it so well, and I'd probably smell it.
Right. It's another probably 10 minutes as your kind of anxiety mounts, having like for the three of you, you think that it's up there. It might be something. Rezik, that it is tracking the party's movements from above, pounce by pounce. The more you go, it is either ahead, behind, or directly above, but it is always somewhere within smelling or hearing distance. About after that 10-minute travel, you spot another light, a small, very soft glow not even a candle, like like a firefly kind of small light glow up ahead of you. It looks like a small cluster of that kind of like small teeny tiny dots of a kind of greenish phosphorescence.
And how far ahead?
Just another 50 feet up the canyon. Like you came around a small rocky corner, and they're seemingly nestled in a bed of rock.
50 feet. And I can see them?
Yeah.
All right, remembering on my last encounter with fireflies, I'm going to go ahead and use Divine Sense.
Okay. No pings, no strange smells.
Ugla feels a little bit better as he continues walking forward.
Okay. As you approach this, it's the small pricks of light resolve into a coiled string of pricks of light, and then as you get close, within say 10-15 feet, it is a coil of rope that appears to have been maybe treated or is magical with like inch-long stretches of phosphorescent glow every 2 feet or so.
Is it crossing a chasm or is it going up?
It's coiled. It's just sitting on the ground.
I'm gonna look up and see if it maybe was attached to something, or
If it was, it just looks like rocks now.
I'm gonna smell it and see if there's any familiar smells to it.
It does. It smells like Oddwald Ebonheart.
Kind of. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, I mean, no use letting good rope go to waste. Ugla's gonna take it and put it in his backpack.
Okay.
How long is it?
It's 25 feet long.
Okay. Just gonna call it glow rope.
Okay.
I wonder though. Wonder what they were doing with this. Man, I wish we could see well in here. I look around real hard, see if I can spot like anything this could have attached to or been used for or anything.
Okay. Roll perception.
Do I notice him doing
Streak
this?
continues.
Yeah, I mean, he picks up the rope and then just starts peering around, squinting his eyes for some reason, even though that doesn't help him see anything.
To take a look around as well.
Okay.
Do you want me to do investigate or perception?
What would you do? You trying to see stuff, or are you looking for fine details?
I'm trying to see stuff.
Perception.
Okay.
Okay. Both Rezik and Lycus will find enough clues to come to this conclusion. There are small talon scores on the rocky surface. There's flattish, easily grippable portions of stone on one side of the wall that are devoid of dust. From like very recently. It looks as though Oddwald climbed down from above right here.
What do you see, Lycus?
Oh, Vesic?
Rezik's a dog.
Or pat at the ground.
All right. Wow. Okay. Blanked out. This is where Oddwald came down.
Yeah. Well,
I just shake my head.
Oh, I mean, I guess we were chasing a Corvum, and we could probably put that together. Okay, cool. Which way did he go from here?
He continued northward.
Sweet. we're on the right trail again, guys. This is great. As long as that cat doesn't eat us, we're gonna catch up to our dude and ask him where he's going and try and help.
I give Lycus a good long stare to try and see if he's thinking what I'm thinking. And if he notices me, I look up and look back at him, look up and look back at him, and then look over to where Oswald would have climbed at, and then look back up to try and display that I'm thinking, could it possibly be him that's like polymorphed or transformed?
Roll insight, Lycus.
It's first number.
Yeah, first number. He's looking at the wall, and then at the footprints, and then at the wall, and then at the rope, and then at the wall. You think he wants to know if Oddwald climbed down the wall, because you don't know that he knows.
Dog.
You have no idea that he's trying to be like, is he the cat? You don't know anything about that. You think he's like, did the man climb the wall? Ark?
Yes, I think he went up the Fido.
I just shake my head and I just walk.
Okay.
I'm not gonna worry about untransforming because I feel like as soon as I do, we're gonna get pounced.
You're gonna wish you hadn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna run out and then we're gonna get pounced on.
It's funny you mentioned the cat. You were distracted. You can't smell him or hear him anymore.
No. Well, about that time, if I can't smell or hear him, do I hear anything else?
No, it's gone back to that eerie silence that's basically just you guys making noise.
Let's keep going, guys.
Well, can't do this because we're all on the dark. Can't do what I want to do. I'm gonna keep walking forward at, I guess, the same pace that we've been walking.
Okay.
But continuously trying to smell. I assume that I probably smell Oswald.
Yes, from here you will have smelled Oddwald. The scent is only a day old.
Okay.
Okay.
All
right. You continue forward another 15 minutes or so, which means you guys have traveled maybe an hour and a half or a little more through the canyon. And dark vision people who are not inside of small candlelight bubbles. So, Rezik and Ugla, you can see up ahead.
Like it's an Ugla.
No, you are in a.
I'm in a light bubble.
Yeah, you're in a light
right.
bubble.
Right. Oh, wait, and he has dark vision right
He's
now.
walking ahead, and Rezik has dark vision as the dog.
Got it.
So those two are outside of candles, and you're keeping Genra company.
Right. Okay.
Rezik and Ugla, you can see that the canyon wall on the right side in the direction you're walking opens into maybe more canyon or perhaps a cave mouth, because it looks like the rock is still, it's more of a slope. Rezik, it is also about this time that you smell blood.
I stop and do I smell anything? Do I smell Oswald this way, or is it?
Yes, Oddwald went this way.
Yeah, Oddwald. Sorry, I keep saying Oswald.
That's fine.
Oddwald. How close is Ugla behind me?
I don't know. How close would you be, Ugla?
10 feet.
Sure.
Unless you're moving real fast.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to get that far ahead of the group. So I walk up. I'm just looking around to see if I can see the blood or if I can smell it out, and also listen very carefully.
The scent of blood is growing stronger rapidly as you approach the cave mouth. Do you continue
I
forward?
stop. I stop and I try and convey it to Ugla, and I just kind of paw at my nose a little bit, and I'm like, and I just look ahead.
Something smells up ahead. Okay.
Like strange artifacts of places that have no moving air, as that things like scents, basically everything just kind of stays in place. It stagnates. So like the scent of blood and like the putrefaction of the corpse will be incredibly pungent in a small bubble near the corpse, but beyond that, there's nothing to push that smell anywhere.
Right.
So you don't smell it yet, but Ugly, you do see the cave mouth up ahead. And as you continue pushing forward, the Hellhound, you're very certain that whatever this stench of blood is coming from is probably right inside of the cave mouth. Ugla, now that you are maybe 50 feet from the cave mouth, you're starting to get that just ever so slight tinge of iron in the stale air. Everybody continues forward.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna slow my
He told
pace.
me there's
quite a
something
bit.
smelly up ahead, so.
You're gonna slow? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna slow my pace and give the other guys a little bit of a chance to kind of get
Well, I mean,
closer.
you guys aren't super far apart. It's you, 10 feet Ugla, probably 15 feet Candle.
Okay.
So you're not really spread. But anyway, so you get within, say, 15 feet, and the blood is very strong. You're starting to smell that like recent death. So it's not, there's no putrefaction. This is not an old or even like a kind of old corpse. This was very new. Someone died here within the last 24 to 48 hours. The Hellhound nose tells you.
Do I know relatively what kind of smell it would have? Is it more of a ground dwelling animal, or is it more of a, because obviously we didn't see any bird folk feet, but so I'm going to assume it's ground. But
well, no, I mean you've been seeing bird folk feet ever since you found Oddwald's rope. You've seen his feet, but you have not. You've not been a canine long enough to be able to distinguish that kind of thing.
Okay, got it.
But so you're approaching. You're maybe 15 feet from the cave mouth. 10 feet, 5 feet. You're starting to be able to see inside, and there it is, a robed, black feathered corpse.
I'm gonna look down at Rezik Dog and say, "Is that Oddwald?"
Smell like him?
Sure as hell smells like him.
Yeah, I just pat the ground and I'm like, yeah.
Shit. Okay. Let's see if he's alive. Maybe. I'm walking over there and take a look.
Okay. The party enters the cave mouth.
It is a mouth. It is big and wide.
Scroll way down. You are in the bottom left corner of this screen.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, cool.
Way the fuck out. This is terrifyingly large.
Yes, it is a big map.
That is so big.
All right. So,
Oh, God.
As I scroll on a trackpad.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
that's the
buddy.
worst.
You need to get yourself a $9 shitty laptop mouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I have one. I just need the desk to go along with.
Right.
Yep.
How much blood is on the ground?
Not as much as there should be if he just like died and bled out here. And if you're inspecting the corpse, which I'm gonna, I'll draw here.
Corpse.
Yes, corpse. So that he's there. You guys approach into the cave mouth. As you enter the cave mouth, even those of you with dark vision start to lose sight. Not because it's magical, but because the way dark vision works is similar to cat eyes in real life. It's just that you are much more perceptive in low light situations. when you leave the extremely low light of the cavern, which does technically allow in a very low light amount from the ceiling, and enter into the extreme darkness, your dark vision sinks to half its normal volume. So you go from 60-foot cone of dark vision to 30-foot.
Wow. So this place is pitch dark?
It's pitch. Like there is not a light source here, and there probably hasn't been one for who knows how long. You enter this cavern, and so I've lit the amount of space that you can basically see. You can see this, and the blacks and whites, because like dark vision is a black and white view. The blacks and whites become much more fuzzy. The blacks are blacker, the whites are more grays, and so you're looking at a short range, shadowy kind of cone.
Wow.
So you enter this cavern. You feel your vision kind of shortening, and then come upon the corpse itself. It is Oddwald. You see him in the same robes that you saw him in when he fled. It looks as though his robe has been torn by large claws in several places, and most of his what you would assume were his possessions are gone, not destroyed, gone. Aside from, in his hand is a large rib bone from a corvum skeleton.
Just gonna look over at the group. Well, looks like something killed him. Took his stuff. Except for his bone. I guess bones are significant to necromancers. Maybe it's his lucky bone.
That seems very odd to me.
I'm gonna move in some.
Okay.
Over to the corpse.
I feel like we should take it if he felt like it was significant and he was here to do something.
And I'm going to untransform. Like, how long have we been traveling?
Since you
traveled an hour.
Since you transformed, 15 minutes.
Okay, so I'm definitely going to transform back. But the whole reason is to kind of talk.
So let me just get this straight out of character. So it appears that Oswald's body is laying there dead. There's not a ton of blood, though. There's blood, but not like he bled out.
Right. He wasn't like if he was shot with a crossbow or like stabbed with a sword and then left to bleed out here, there'd be a lot more blood.
Yeah.
This is more like he was attacked, and you guys haven't messed with the body at the moment, so maybe they're like eating parts of him or something.
Turned it over.
Okay,
yeah.
So if you turn the body over, I'll describe a little more. He does have chunks missing, and you can see that and they're like arms, legs. Like he was definitely attacked by a wild animal and killed probably by it. But the rib bone is his. There is a knife wound in his own chest, and it looks like he or someone tore this rib bone from his rib cage and left it in his hand.
Oh, there goes my lucky bone thought.
So
maybe this is just someone's calling card.
Would
They're the rib bone bandits. They kill you and then put your rib bone in your hand and leave your body.
Maybe they're trying to give him a good ribbing.
Maybe so. A couple pranksters.
One last joke.
Well, this is disgusting.
Well, before since I'm looking around at the body, do I see or smell any blood trail or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
In fact, it's probably more. It's probably something I should have noted. There are no scents. Like as soon as you, aside from him, there's nothing to smell. It smells like stale air and nothing else.
Could we do like a detect magic
You
to see
can.
if anything's around?
How hard is the dirt here?
This is a stone floor.
Hmm. And it was rock outside too.
Yes, it was rock outside as well. Aside from just like stone dust, it was stone. So is someone detecting magic, or was that just a question?
Do any of you think you could, I don't know, Lycus, one of you, detect the magic to see if there's anything along with this? Because this is very suspicious. Very suspicious.
Sure. If you give me a few minutes, I'll get it.
Like it's fucking like I guess.
Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt your
I
vacation.
am so miscontent at this situation. I am
Yeah,
so
it's-
terribly
Woe is
miscontent.
me. All right,
Terrible.
so Lycus sits
You know,
down
I
to.
really should just play like the fat English lord at some.
Yes. That would be funny.
I'd enjoy it.
So Lycus sits down to start the 10-minute ritual to cast Detect Magic. Anyone doing anything in that 10-minute time span?
Yeah, I'm frantically sniffing around to see if I can pick up
You're not,
any.
you're not a dog anymore.
Oh, okay. Well,
Unless you want to turn back into the dog.
nope. I'm gonna be looking around for like scuffs or like movement of stuff on the ground of like any debris because I know it's a stone floor, but there's still probably dust or debris
Right.
down here.
And yes, you definitely. In fact, the footprints haven't faded at all. The various Vulpin footprints, still traveled into and out of this cavern.
Okay.
The
And I ask,
of course, the Corvum footprints, Oddwald's footprints stopped basically directly under his body. So he got this far and died.
I take some. I move on back, right back over here where I was at because I noticed that and I'm like, oh, he died right as he walked in. Maybe I don't want to go any further.
Okay.
I guess since I'm back, I'm gonna try and look around in the area. Unless we have light, so I guess we could see a little bit. But is it where the candlelight is it amplified because we're in a smaller area?
No, the cavernous space is still much further than your 5-foot bubble.
Okay, so then I don't do anything after that.
Okay. Genra or Ugla, anything for 10 minutes?
Nope.
Okay.
Ugla's trying to figure. Is there any way to bury him?
No, there's no soil here. It's all stone.
Yeah, that was
you
a
can
cliff
make a
edge.
cairn. You can make a cairn out of rocks.
There's a good bit of rocks around.
Oh yeah, there's definitely like even within your limited vision, you can see stones over here.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to put the stones into like a rectangle.
As soon as I see him moving, I'm like, I don't know what you're about to do, Ugla, but let's. I can't see anything right now, but let's investigate this room a little bit before we start moving around too much. I have no idea what killed him, other than the cat that took some chunks out of him. But what I saw was like there looked like a knife in his chest or something. I was like, so it could have been anything from a trap to like a group of people.
Wound, but no knife left. So yeah, interesting. Maybe somebody killed him and the cat just munched on him.
Okay. Genra, anything?
No.
Genra, make me
I'm gonna
a wisdom save.
During the 10 minutes there, after he said that, I'd be like, Genra, can you tell how he died? Is there anything weird about his body?
Genra, you're starting to feel a little claustrophobic. Your plan was to escape. You guys are heading into a cavern, not escape. and you don't have to freak out, but you need to reach for comfort. Genra's has had her instrument in her hands this whole time, but she's been being quiet. Now she starts to very quietly play.
She's just gonna sit down where she's at and just kind of start to pluck and just zone out
Oh,
and not say anything. And just
I'm
kind of
hearing-
rock, maybe. She's gonna rock.
Okay.
Well, I'll re-roll that if you want.
For what?
Or I was gonna say it shouldn't have been advantage
Yeah, we
perception.
just take the first number. What are you trying to do?
I was gonna try and like it's obviously I'm gonna hear her start playing it, but
yeah.
I don't. Do I notice it like she's rocking and she's like in a
that's
kind of
not, there's no struggle there. She's sitting in the light bubble, so you just look over as soon as you hear the noise, and you can see her like really just kind of zoning out and rocking in place, and it's sitting Indian style.
I don't grab her arms to stop her from playing, but I just kind of walk up, put my hands on her shoulders, and I kind of don't really like shake her, but I just kind of do it rough enough to maybe make her pay attention to me.
Okay.
And I'm like, and I say, Genra, we don't know what's in here or what's outside right now. Can we not?
But I can't hear you.
Doesn't look.
She's zoning out.
She doesn't seem responsive.
Now I shake her.
Okay. This is a very mild panic response. You can be shaken out of it and you'll be fine. Nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
It's just that like when you settle and you're standing still in the dark and the quiet, it kind of creeps
Right.
in.
Oh, I have a ladder now.
Ooh, a ladder.
Okay. Oh. Did we find our way out yet, Rosic?
We need to be quiet. But no, we have not. We haven't decided what we're doing yet. All right, is everything okay? I was like, you looked a little panicked there.
there's got to be a way out of here.
I'm not okay.
Like as you
Not okay.
finish your magic detection ritual and close your eyes at the end and open them back up with the magical cone of vision, and you get a couple of things. One, the bone that he's holding is magical. It has a necromancy aura. Also, looking back at the cave mouth, there is a long line of magical like arcane runes that you guys already crossed over, and right about where the crack is here on the map, there's also a line, like a straight line, not a kind of wiggly one like it is in the crack, that leads to the east. A singular line, not crossing, but like directing eastward.
All right. Well, he'll look at the runes that are on the door then, or on the entrance.
Okay. They are not a spell or some sort of like enchantment. They are a message written in arcane runes. It says, "Welcome to the Holy Temple." Wait, what did I name it? I forgot. Just a second. It says, "Welcome to the Temple of Universal Understanding."
He speaks it. He speaks for. He says it for everyone.
I'm gonna look at his face and see if he gets excited about saying that.
Lycus is over there standing at the cave mouth, looking at the bare floor for the rest of you, and it just says, "Welcome to the Temple of Universal Understanding."
Does he seem happy when he says that?
Do you, Lycus?
No, he seems pretty. He's kind of seems relatively. He's like, oh, he walks over. Oh, a message. Welcome to the Temple of Universal Understanding.
Is that the temple from your dreams?
If it is, you were never given a name, so maybe.
I mean, honestly, I only dreamt of the temple once, but at the same time, it was it's more related to the things when that strange occurrence where people were poisoned. There's a line that heads past the body
I feel like
to direct.
somebody had a
Yeah.
dream.
Oh yeah, the bone, by the way, has something magical on it. Let me grab a piece of linen cloth and just throw it over it, and then we can put it away for later.
Yeah, he might have put his soul in it. Be careful about touching it. Looks at Rebecca.
Joy. All right, so he grabs a piece of linen cloth or sackcloth and
Okay.
kind of tosses it over
Okay. Then
to
you,
pick it up, ties it up with some twine, and puts it away.
as soon as you pick it up, even though you covered it with sackcloth, you hear a raspy voice, and Oddwald's, kind of dying words resolve from the bone. I thought to find sufficient knowledge here to correct my mistakes. I did not expect anyone to be living anymore. The temple is trapped and occupied. They took my notes. And then it cuts off.
I assume he's the only one that hears it.
Nope. Says it aloud.
Okay.
And if it also defeats any efforts to be quiet, it's reason like full regular voice volume.
Can you make it channel through Lycus
No.
so that he says it?
No.
Or he just stands there with his mouth open and sound coming out of his mouth like a
Yeah.
His mouth may be slightly agape while he's hearing the noise.
So we're not sure if it's actually going on. Oh my god.
His mouth's not moving,
True.
but maybe he's a ventriloquist.
Yes, maybe. The faint necromancy aura fades from the bone. The message delivered.
I mean, this doesn't seem like a nice place to be all of a sudden.
Well, I mean, there's a line directing us, and apparently there's a bunch of traps.
Okay, so we're gonna have to be like real on the lookout for traps if anybody's good at that.
I think I might be able to have us covered.
Having heard that, if you take a look back at the Oddwald corpse, you'll see that beneath the waist area, it looks like he had stepped on or fallen on a depressed tile.
Oops.
Oh.
We're going to be trapped down here forever.
No, Gary, I think we'll be fine.
Gotcha.
Do we want to continue on, or do we want to get out of here?
I feel like the only way out of here is back out and up or back out a real long way. So we can do that, but I kind of feel like this place is important. Like, this could be the temple from Lycus's dreams.
Yeah, he did say that it felt like that me and him were both supposed to come here, so.
Yeah, and either way, we need Oddwald's notes to see what he knew about how to stop the spread of corruption. And yeah, if he got killed by a trap, then maybe the people who are living here or occupying here, as he said, maybe maybe they're not that bad. Maybe the traps are just to keep people out.
Genra, are you good to go in here? And are we?
Oh, there could be an exit to get out of the canyon.
I just want to see the daylight again. One way or another. I don't want to die in here.
You know, I'm not all in on dying in here either. So, okay. Let's explore this. Let's not die, and let's try and make friends with whoever we find here. I mean, you said it's what is it? Welcome. It said welcome. First off, whoever comes in here is being welcomed. That's cool, right? To the temple of something positive, right? So this will be good.
Yeah, welcome. Here's traps. Seems real good to me.
Yes, I don't feel very welcomed, to be honest.
That's
Ugla.
true.
And
Maybe
I just
traps
kind of,
just to keep out the wrong kind of people. You know, the people not smart enough to look for traps because this is a temple of knowledge, right?
I kind of lean
Sorry, Alex.
up to him, and I'm like, General is just freaking out just a second ago. I don't.
Oh yeah, this is real spooky stuff. Yeah, I mean, I understand getting freaked out,
I,
but
like I had to shake her to make her come to. That's not good. What happens if we do that and we're in the middle of something?
the cat's out there, and you know, an objective is in here. So I think
Like,
we should
wild
just
as the hellhound, I didn't smell the cat anymore. Whether or not it just did a spell that completely conceals it or what, or if it changed, I don't know. But
yeah,
it's
maybe it turned into a raptor.
Well, but where did his effects go?
Yeah,
well, the people that came by and took it, or the cat
other
took
people
it.
took his notes, took his
Yeah.
effects.
He said this was occupied here, so we're definitely not alone here. We're not alone outside.
Yeah, let's walk through here, find some traps, disarm them, and see if we can make some friends. Right? Like, just tell them we're here. This is the temple of knowledge, right? We're here to spread knowledge and learn.
You good with that, Genra?
What choice do I have?
I mean, it's either this or the cat, I think.
I feel like the people in here are either trying to, they're going to be on one of two sides, trying to stop the corruption or trying to spread the corruption. And if they have any interest in stopping the corruption, then they can be allies. If they have interest in spreading it, then we probably need to kill them anyway or prevent them.
Or they're here for knowledge, and they're also about keeping people the knowledge to themselves.
Yeah, I guess we did just kind of run into some people like that, so maybe that's a common thing out here.
All right, well,
referencing the avians.
Lead the way, Lycus. I'm ready to roll.
All right.
I don't want that cat coming back.
Yeah, let's find some traps. Which way are we going to go?
I say we follow the line.
I feel like that's the way it wants us to go. What if we went a different way?
That seems like it would be easily trapped, and if it's universal understanding, it seems like magic might be a part of that. It's probably not the only answer, but it's part
That's
of it.
true. We'll follow the magic. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's kick this pig.
All right. You follow a magical line. Magical, what's it called in airplanes?
Ley line?
No, the lights on the floor in airplanes. What are they called?
The light.
Yeah, it has a name. I don't know. Anyways, you follow
The guiding lights.
I don't know.
Guide
Sure,
light.
sure. You follow the guide lights to the east. And it is there, as you continue a little further, that you find a few chunks of Oddwald. A few small bloodied chunks, just kind of strewn about near one wall, looking thoroughly chewed upon and mostly eaten.
Gross.
Rounding the corner, you see what at one point in time was probably a doorway, but has since been, like the door portion of it has probably been destroyed, leading into another chamber. This entire section looks like it was probably at one point a large foyer, but as you can see on the map, it has collapsed one or several times and is now large piles of stone rubble. I'm just going to keep going unless somebody says something. So you continue onwards, turning left and discovering a small chamber that also has seen a collapse on its left side or its west side. This was probably some sort of receiving room. You see a stone or a wooden bench that is old but still solid, and a smaller, like long wooden table, like bench, table.
I take a brief look back at Oddwall's guts. Is there anything magical?
Nope.
Okay.
As we're walking through, I'm looking to see if I see any other footprints.
The footprints all continue in this direction.
Is it cat footprints or is it?
You do spot the occasional, like, cat footprint at large gaps, but all the Vulpin footprints go this way as well.
Okay.
Okay. Getting closer to this room, you reveal that there is an intact door that is closed on the far side. Investigating the area, you find a receiving room. It looks very simple, very barren, very austere, perhaps. There's no decoration. The walls have nothing on them. It is simple wood. The door ahead of you is closed.
Are there any items strewn about in this room? Anything on the
Nothing.
ground? Anything under the bench?
Just the bench, the long table, and then more broken wood on the west side, where it may have been mirrored over there as well.
Ah, I have an idea. Ugla lays down flat underneath the table and looks up to see if there's anything carved in it.
Ugla, with a very clever plan, lays upon the ground, looking up to find wood.
Is there any gum or anything stuck to this wood?
No gum.
Interesting. He's going to scooch back a little bit loudly and look under the bench also.
Under the bench. One single, solitary mote of dust.
Wow. This spot seems to be more neglected than other spots. And maybe the side of the bench doesn't get sat on that often. See, I can help with investigations.
I want to follow the footprints, and then I'm going to assume that it leads towards the door.
It does.
I asked Lycus if there's any magical about the door, if there's anything they can see, and then once he does that, I'm going to investigate. I want to kind of investigate it to see if it's booby trapped or anything like that.
Lycus, entering the room, you pass through an illusory barrier that covered the broken entryway. Nothing really changes aside from that the double doors, the closed double doors, which are still present and still closed, now contain a magically inscribed symbol, something, picture. Let's say picture.
Picture.
It looks like a stone facade that seems oddly familiar.
Oddly familiar. How?
To a dream you once had.
I run my hand over the facade.
The facade itself, like the stone entryway that is magically emblazoned upon these doors, has tiny carvings in it themselves but it says the same as the line at the entryway. Not welcome to, but just says Temple of Universal Understanding in very small magical runes.
Do I recall what happened in this dream?
This was the dream that was showing you your backstory path.
Okay.
That led you to a temple in the north.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This was the facade.
It looked like this.
I'll show you a facade.
Had you not fallen into the canyon and made your descent where Oddwald did, you'd have seen an actual large stone, facade above ground. But you didn't do that, so.
Well,
we got part of one up above, but
you saw the archway.
Yeah. Oh, this might be the way out.
excellent.
He goes up to the doors on the.
Goes up to the doors and
first looks at them.
Okay. You look.
Might even investigate them.
You look intently, and you find nothing of importance.
Excellent.
Those doors look pretty welcoming.
I open up.
You open the doors?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Exposing a room that is lit.
Ooh.
Ew. Another small chamber with a collapsed western side. There's a desk here, long out of use, with what looks to have once been a scroll, but the paper or hide has fallen to bits. There's a small wooden chair and another wooden shelf or bench behind on the wall. There are two doors exiting this room, both to the north. Make that a little more visible. There you go. There is a soft lighting in this room. The wall, like all of the walls that are not collapsed, now have a visible runner of magical lighting.
Okay.
Everybody arrives and sees these things.
Ginra, you see anything with your powerful goose eyes? Anything worth checking out?
Yes, let me look.
I'm still following the tracks.
Investigation, and I don't see shit. I see not anything. I don't even see my hands in front of me. I don't even know.
Very distracted by this old scroll, and she's trying to piece together the little pieces of paper like it's a puzzle.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, God.
Maybe there's something in this desk.
It's less of a desk, more of a table.
Maybe there's something on this other table over here on the wall.
On the shelf over here, you see like an old copper, old beaten or hammered copper pendant, with a symbol on it that you don't recognize, and two closed ledger books that are also dilapidated beyond repair.
Even beyond magical repair?
You haven't tried.
Hey, Lycus, do you have any tricks that can restore old books?
I mean, no, not really.
Or let us transport them so someone else could potentially restore them?
Oh yes, absolutely, I can do that. He pulls out his
Was that as what?
Bag of holding.
I'm just gonna put the copper pendant in it.
Oh, is this magic?
He looks at it.
Nope.
Do
No,
you recognize that symbol on it?
he peers at the symbol.
Nope.
I got no idea.
All right, well, let's put it in the bag.
Okay. Now what?
Anything else on the shelves? Just those 2 books, the pendant.
Yep.
While they're doing that, I'm going to be looking at the tracks and see which. I'm guessing because it looks like there's 2 doorways there.
There are 2 doorways. All of the tracks, the vast majority of the tracks head for the double door.
Do either of these doors look trapped?
Do they?
Ugla says to the party.
Hoping that someone else will look at them.
Ugla's learned many times that his perception is not to be relied upon.
Are you wanting to investigate every door?
Okay.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll investigate the door.
All right.
And when you're in a spooky area, always investigate the doors before opening them.
Okay. Both doors appear untrapped and unlocked.
Cool. Let's take a peek in the one that gets less foot traffic first. Maybe it's just a closet.
Maybe.
Maybe there's a dragon on the other side of it.
Maybe. You open up the single door and reveal a hallway. That goes further than your limited vision allows. Oh, wait, no, you've got lights now, so yeah, it reveals a whole hallway. Forgot about the lights. There you go. You see 2 doors side by side, and a 3rd door further on, and a turn to the right outside of vision.
Okay, so I mean that door on the left probably connects to whatever those double doors do. So let's check it out.
You're gonna do the double doors?
Yeah, I'll go back and go to open the double doors.
Okay.
I'll look at everybody. This cool?
Down the double doors is a large open chamber with a kind of like a circular pit or bowl in the center. It is filled to the top, like to the brim, with what looks to be soft, probably fertile soil. There are no other features of the room.
Oh, good. A place for me to bury Oddwald. This will be perfect. Y'all mind if I go pull his body back?
Let's just leave him alone. He's on that trap. I don't want to mess with somebody that's on a trap.
I mean, what if this is like some sort of magical rejuvenation soil, and anything you bury and it comes back to life?
I suppose anything is possible, but
It'd be cool, right?
Well,
Doesn't make any sense, but
well,
it'd be
I
cool.
don't know if it would be what I would classify as cool, but
Oh man,
would be
like
something.
I know us and Oddwald got off on the wrong foot, but from what we read of his notes and what the dean was saying, probably on the same side.
Mm. Then why run from us? It's just suspicious.
Didn't we attack him?
Do it on his own.
No, actually, we did not attack him. We opened a door and he immediately attacked us.
He
So
sent his skeletons and giant monster after us, which is very not cool. But
yeah.
if we could just walk, maybe it'd be all right.
Wasn't I hellhound whenever we went in that room?
Afterwards,
Here's the thing, Rezik.
Oh,
He's a
you were in-
necromancer. I'm sure a hellhound is not quite the worst he's ever seen. I just I don't know. I'd rather not see him again unless.
You were a Rezik puppet when we went in that room originally.
Yeah. Well, you guys told me about it.
In fact,
But,
he saw me as Mundane and sent the skeletons after me.
But I'm like, well, clearly he's seen worse. Dude's laying dead back there, so trying to be kind of funny, lighten the mood a little bit.
Lycus, is this magic soil?
I need to take a few more minutes to. I need to reset my magic. If you
Okay.
Yeah. Like it sits
More
down for
greedy.
another 10-minute ritual. Okay. Anybody do anything for 10 minutes?
I'm gonna go get.
Oddwald?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get Oddwald's body.
Okay. You come back carrying the
I'm gonna
mangled
stay-
corpse. Sorry?
I'm gonna stay with him.
You stay with Ugla?
Yeah, just because White Way is we're still in groups of 2.
Okay.
Thanks.
Alright. Ugla and Rezik go to get the body. Ugla, as you lift Oddwald's body, you see that tile undepress. And you hear a soft, sucking kind of sound of air.
Gonna back away slowly towards the way I came from, carrying his body still.
Okay. You carry the body back to the chamber.
And then that's the plan.
Okay. You wait out the 10 minutes. Lycus, once again, can see magic. Lycus, the bowl of earth is in fact magical.
Ooh.
What kind of magic?
It's magic.
It
Magic.
is conjuration magic.
Conjuration. Man.
Does that sound like something that could bring him back to life?
More of bring something else here. We probably don't want to mess with that.
So it's like a
Yeah.
teleportation pad, kind of.
Right, and you can bring things from elsewhere here. It's kind of, or you can just make something.
So I think I rearmed that trap when I picked up his body. Also, I heard a slight sucking sound, but didn't really notice anything.
Just FYI.
Oh no.
I mean, figured the trap had something to do with the dagger in him, and like gets triggered, it gets triggered, and that's it. But yeah, maybe it's one of those traps that replenishes itself. Pretty complex.
Right.
Confused about a slight sucking sound. I wonder why I heard that.
The air is getting pulled out of.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Is it harder to breathe?
Not yet.
Is the air still stale?
It is.
Okay.
So, do y'all think I should put Oddwald on this dirt or not?
If it so conjuration, does that mean that we could also send things?
We don't know what it does.
Yeah,
Typically
we
like this? Could it, in theory, if we place him on this and it gets sent wherever, could we be sending somebody a dead body?
We have no clue what it does, or if it does anything.
Well, I'm trying to get his understanding of conjuration magic.
All right.
I mean, conjure means like create, right? Like conjure water.
Right.
Conjure
It's,
Okay, so it's not like I'm just a big dumb ranger now. I don't understand magic.
Unfortunately.
I mean, like you said, maybe it could be like conjure portal or something. I don't know.
You planning? Would you like to inspect the magic, Lycus?
Yes, let's inspect.
Roll Arcana. This is definitely some sort of ritual. It is alchemical in nature, as the earth is not simple dirt. You know, it's like heavily fertilized, nutrient rich. It most likely could be used for spells that require like good earth as a resource in the form of plant-based magics or even something like an earth elemental.
Oh. Does the dirt look moist?
It is quite moist, yes.
Moist enough we could put a berry in there and grow more berries.
Given several weeks or months, yeah.
Sure. All right. Is there any writing or anything magical hidden about anywhere else in the room?
No, other than that, the room appears to be featureless.
I mean, if it's for a ritual, I probably shouldn't put this in here. I'll put it in the next room.
Put what in here?
Oh, this dead, bleeding body I'm holding. I'll go put it back in the room with the dead.
Go put it with the rest of his guts. Just put it with his guts over there in the corner.
Yeah. Okay. I'll return it to the rest of its guts.
Okay. So you move the corpse to the bloody guts.
Yep. Come back.
Alrighty. Alright. Now what?
You want to go take a look at the rest of the hallway? Check for traps? Keep moving?
Continue on.
Okay. You venture into the hall, and I'll just reveal the rest of it as it's very little else. It turns right into a dead end and ends there. You have these 3 doors. Hold on, let me go check all the notes.
Check the first one.
Let me check my notes. Hold on.
Sure.
The first one is a door of note checking.
Yes, a door of note checking.
You feel yourselves paused, unable to move for 30 seconds, while someone or something checks notes.
Here we are, yes. You are greeted by a large L-shaped corridor sectioned off into 3 distinct zones. Closest to you, on the left, there are empty vials with tubing strewn between them. On the right, there are a series of wooden cabinets. Further back, on the right, so like at the other end of far side of the L, are rows of books and scattered notes. There appears to be a door with some sort of viewing slot on the back left. So the other 2 doors are like nondescript, like these front 2, left and right on the same sides, nondescript doors. Back left door has a viewing slot.
Is this door right
for the tracks at this point.
potions and stuff around it?
Sorry? Too many people like.
The door in front of us has potions and stuff around it?
Which door did we come through here? So did you use this door? The
I'm
left?
the one right in front of Lycus, yeah.
Right,
we just came out of it.
Alright, so I'll put Lycus there for reference. Alright, so you draw the sections. Alright, so we've got section 1, section 2, and then section 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. Section 1, up in front of, like, to your immediate right, has the tubes and vials and whatnot. Section 2 has cabinets, and section 3 has books and notes.
Okay.
guess.
Are these doors safe?
Gonna
Um,
roll investigation to see if I can see if there's any traps or anything around
I'll
the doors that I can see. Can I
I'll
only
give you
see
advantage on.
the two?
Can you what?
Can I only see the two doors? Because it looks like I'd have to turn around a corner to see the third.
Uh,
So I can only see if
What-
I'm still in the doorway.
So
Right.
so put yourself where you think you are.
Okay.
Ugla says, "Be careful. There could be traps in the hallway too."
Where's my thingamabobber?
Your goose?
Select, yeah.
Oh, selected. Your goose is in the previous room.
Okay. I see it. Yes. There we go. I guess like about here. I haven't like fully entered and like turned the corner, you know?
Right. So if you're there and you can see the door that Lycus just came through, which is on the left, the door that he's standing across from on the right, and then down at the end of the hall, you can see the door with the slot. There is
Yeah.
around.
I was looking at this other area, like across from where 3 is. I was looking at that like
Right.
it was another door.
Around
Yeah.
this corner is a dead end. Not that
Okay.
you've been there
Got
to see it.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I guess I'd just like to like roll investigation and see if there's anything in the other two doors.
Okay.
Probably not, but I don't know.
I'm also going to be kind of looking, following the rest of those footprints just to see where they're going. Since she has the light, I'll probably be sticking with her.
Remember you're in a lit area now.
Oh, okay. Well, yay.
Okay. With a 14, you can see. Scrolled away from my notes. Good job, Randy. Very smart. Cool. You can see that the door directly across from Lycus is locked, and that the door with the slot, the top left, is not. You also are pretty sure that something is connected to the locked door, but you cannot tell what.
I'm gonna relay the message to them. It looks like it's I would not try that door in front of the one that you just came out of. It seemed like something's attached to it, perhaps. Not quite sure, but it seems locked. And then the one down the way actually seems unlocked. So I don't know if we should try to go through it or not, but that's kind of all I could see.
Let me know if you need somebody to pick the lock for you.
Yes, actually, I think a couple of us could do that.
Oh, I got a real good lock pick. Ugla says, looking down at his foot.
Oh, God.
Three
So-
so far.
While that was going on, I'm kind of looking around at the footprints and stuff, see if I can see anything.
Very few footprints travel to the right. Several footprints travel to the upper left.
Okay. And I'm going to guess a few or none towards this one.
Yeah, that was the very few.
Okay. And then this one, there's more, or
That's a
this
dead
one?
end.
There's...
Top right,
Oh,
top
there-
right's a dead end.
Okay, so there's nothing there. All right. All right.
I know. I mean,
so...
like there are probably footprints, but it's just not terribly relevant. Like
Okay,
like
gotcha.
in my descriptor, there's actually like bookshelves over there.
Okay.
There's like bookshelf, cabinets, bench with notes on it.
I'll just say, well, everybody seems to have looked like they went through this door. Maybe a couple people went through the other one.
Well, if there's only a few people who go in here and they're important, then well, that's something. Genra, do you want me to do the honors, or shall
I mean, go ahead. I can always help if you can't get it, but you seem well capable, Lycus.
Thank you. Everyone, would you go back to the last room? Just
Okay.
So everybody backs up. Okay. What are you doing, Lycus?
picking the lock.
Okay. You attempt to pick the lock. The moment you place your thieves' tools inside of the locking mechanism, you realize you've made a mistake. The door itself, like rapidly heats. And from the locking mechanism where your hands are holding the lockpicks, a blast of I wish I knew enough. I wish I remembered enough of the words from my chemistry class. It's a it's a salt infusion that blasts out as a liquid. You can imagine whatever that means to you as a chemical
Salt
engineer.
infusion as a liquid. Is this
Like I turned off that part of my
salt water?
brain hours ago.
Sorry, buddy. Well, anyway, so let's. I mean, for simplicity, we can call it like superheated salt water.
Yeah.
You jump back, make a dexterity save. No, like there are some really nifty compounds that use salt. I just can't remember them.
Yeah.
All right, you leap back and take half of 10, so 5 fire damage from the superheated salt water. The door rapidly cools and returns to its inert state.
Ow.
You got a pretty nasty burn up like your right arm.
Okay, Lycus. Goodness.
Oh man.
Thought I did
I
a
didn't
good
imagine
job
that would
too.
happen.
Looks like the conventional lockpick didn't work. You want me to try mine?
You need to be careful, Ugla.
If you don't think you're going to
Is
get
it-
scorched,
Door still even there?
Yeah,
Okay. So it's a magical trap.
sure.
I mean, I guess I don't know what's going to happen when I kick this door, but do we want to find out?
you know what? Let me get something in that door, in that lock right there before you kick it.
I mean,
To
maybe
help,
it detects as soon as you touch it. Like, maybe it's going to just shoot at you again if you try and put something in there.
Right, but the intention is that I'm going to put something in there that'll keep it from spraying out.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
What's your plan, Lycus?
maybe some metal.
Something that's salt water. He because my brain's not working, he's gonna try it again.
Oh,
You're just gonna lockpick again? Okay.
You know, no, he's not gonna
That's
like
fine. Yeah, I don't mind.
it. Here's 10 more damage. No, he would probably get a he'd get a bladder set up
Okay.
to block the jet spray.
Oh, I'm dumb. salt is a component of things like hydrochloric acid. Like there's a lot of really burny shit made out of salt or with salt.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of ionic compounds that would qualify for that.
So yeah, that was not superheated salt water. It was acid.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
That just makes it sound even more just welcoming.
Everything, yeah, it's super fine.
Super fine.
I mean, if it's acid,
See, there you go. All right, so what are you doing?
did it just come spraying out of the lock?
Yeah, it became gushing out in like a high-speed spray from the lock keyhole.
You know what? Maybe that foot's not the worst idea.
Hey, I'll disable the mechanism with my boot. Let's do it.
Ah,
My boot.
All right, just in case this shit explodes, y'all hide behind some walls, and I'm gonna put my boot in it.
All right, so Ugla enters the hallway alone, and is planning to boot. Are you trying to like just boot the door? Are you trying to break the door? You're like booting the lock to hope to mess with
Yep.
that. The
Yep,
lock. The
I'm gonna
lock.
kick that lock as hard as I can. and
Okay.
hopefully break whatever it's doing.
All right.
Is that athletics?
No, it's strength.
Okay.
All right, you boot the lock. You hear, unexpectedly, you hear kind of like the rattling of glass, but other than that, nothing happens.
God.
Looks like I was getting at it. I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. Oh, good. You rolled too high. Excellent.
Oh no.
You so that like you kicked it once like from standing and it made the rattling glass and you're like, I just need a little running start. You back up 10 feet, take a good like jog, and then really put your foot in it. The door doesn't break, the lock doesn't like make a hole or anything like that, but you really rattle the door and you hear that glass sound much harder as the glass shatters. And not only does it shatter within the door, you hear what sounds like a chain reaction of glass splitting and shattering up interior to the wall. And then you may recall in my earlier description that there are tubes running through the room. I'm gonna need you to make a disadvantaged dexterity save.
He's gonna take a shower.
It's not a spray of acid now. It's a shower of acid.
Good, yes. A shower of acid fills the hallway. Ugla
Holy
fails, like surprising himself with his strength. He was like, "Haha, I did it!" And then the room begins to fill with a burning liquid. As Ugla takes a pretty low roll, 13 points
Wow.
of acid damage. Yeah, see, you're splashed repeatedly on your like way to dive out back into the previous room.
Yeah.
Well, I'll walk up to him and I'll pat him on the back as I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. It burns.
A D8. Yeah.
Wow, that feels a lot better. Thank you.
Okay.
I think. Would hold on, I don't know what my spellcasting modifier would be.
Right. But if you use the compendium to drag, you probably have like a cure wounds button you can click in your attack section.
Yep. It's a +1. So
Okay, so it's 8 instead of
so
7.
D8. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think I disabled the mechanism, maybe, but I also broke everything else. And
You
but
think, Ugla?
the door
Oh.
didn't open.
I'm going to die in here.
Maybe try to pick it.
Die.
Well, at least we're not in the dark now.
Guess there's just acid things everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Gonna
watch.
burn my
There's
feet.
a lot of acid on the floor.
All right, let me go take a look and see if the door will even open now. If maybe there's an alchemist who is clever enough to make some sort of mechanism that no longer opens after its acid's been applied.
It's not that like it was clever. It's more like the volume of acid has melted the mechanism.
Right.
Oh,
So the answer is no. It cannot be picked. It's been destroyed.
does it
Can the
open?
door be pushed open now?
If you try, you're not having any luck.
All right, I'm going to the other door, guys.
Oh, the
Yeah,
other
we're
door.
just gonna keep going.
We sure deaths.
Oh, hang on. So the door handle isn't turning?
There's no handle, but either way, the answer is no.
Maybe we just need to kick it again. It's not like it's gonna
Oh
explode.
no! Ugla
All right, I'm
thingy.
glad I'm getting out of the way.
Oh
Fixed it
God!
insanity.
I mean, it can't all break on me again, right?
Brute force parties. You walk them into a puzzle hallway, and they're like, "I kick the door until I die or it does." All right, Ugly, you're kicking a door.
I guess.
Goose. Hope.
All right.
Why was I disadvantaged?
I don't. Oh, your deck save.
Oh, fuck.
All right.
So it's a 17.
But you're fine. Yeah, it's 17. Okay. And Redzik, you're up there in the top half of the room. What are you doing?
I walked up there and I was like, "There's this other door,"
All right.
and then he's
Right,
like, "I'm
right.
gonna kick the door again."
Right about the time you're like, "There's this other door." You look back, and Ugla's foot is in motion at the door, and right once again into the door.
That way, so that way I'm like
Okay.
watching them around the corner, but
This time Uggla's ready to kick it and then just move.
Rezik, make a dexterity save.
oh no!
What?
Of course. That tubing that runs the full length of this hallway covers this section 3 of the area too. Jesus. Rezik, you take the full damage of still low roll, 6 acid damage. However, and potentially more importantly, acid sprays the bookshelves, the bench, and the cabinets.
Anything salvageable.
So,
Probably not.
and any potential clues or anything that was
Yeah.
supposed to be over there, destroyed.
Yes.
Wow, this door just isn't budging. I guess let's go check the other one.
Wow.
Huh,
Feels
would you
we're
look
not
at that?
supposed to go in this door.
Kind of fucking.
Rezik, what are you doing up there? Are you taking a shower?
Rezik's
Yeah, I took a
rapidly,
shower like you did.
Rezik's rapidly brushing acid bits off of himself.
Lycus walks up to the wall and licks it.
Ew.
Licks it?
No, just fucking with
Oh,
it.
okay. I was like, Lycus commits suicide?
Lycus is like-
What?
No.
Wow, what is the substance? Let me
Okay.
see.
Well, I'll return the favor there, Rezik. Uggla's gonna walk over to him, put his hand on him, and give him 5 hit points.
Okay. All right. So you've got an unlocked door here on the top left, and a now destroyed section of like notes and papers and books.
Well,
Well, we open up the. Let's open up this door then.
Okay. You open the door, and find a small chamber that once upon a time was larger, and a double door on the north side. In the center of this chamber is a stone bowl. Move Lycus out of my way so I can draw. There's a stone bowl that has looks like at one point it had letters like painted onto it, And there's a big S and an A, and there's other paint chips, but it looks like they've faded or fallen away.
Yashira just subbed. Hey man, how's it going?
Yosh, long time. How you doing, buddy? So, SA on a bowl and 2 doors, or a double door.
Inspect the doors.
They are unlocked and without note. Inspecting the room, the doors seeming to have no major relevance. The bowl is sitting on a pedestal, and you can see just very faint lines, or now that you're looking closer, they look like tubes that lead back into into the puzzle hall.
Jeez.
More tubing.
Is this the source of what that was, or is this just something else?
Maybe a way to neutralize it?
You want me to kick it?
Maybe the sword.
The doors are open.
You open the double door to the north, revealing a chamber that used to lead to another section of the temple, but has been completely destroyed by a rock slide.
Oh, sweet. Now we have to force our way through that other door.
Why do we always make so many mistakes? Just
Because we're brute forcers.
I mean, we tried to pick it first.
we did try.
Picking it wasn't
we
the
did
answer
try.
either. The answer was I investigate the hallway and discover that this is a puzzle. Like, you had your hints in the description. There are 3 distinct sections. Each one is different. One of the doors is locked. All of these things are like, this is a puzzle. This is a thing you should look at.
These are connected.
There are tubes connecting from one section to the next. And y'all are like, I kick it.
I kick the tube.
Then I kick it hard.
And that didn't work? Oh, let me kick it harder.
3 kicks to it.
Yes.
Oh, there's another door. I kick the same one again.
It already hurt me. It already hurt me. That must mean it's out of hurting. I kick it again.
Mm-hmm. Ugly's a sharp one. It's a wooden door, right?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. It appears to be wooden, yes.
I mean, I got a pretty sharp sword.
You
I'm
do?
gonna start hacking.
You can start cutting your way through it.
I mean, if my foot didn't work, we're gonna have to get into it somehow, right?
And the star metals doesn't get eaten by.
Right? Star metal wouldn't have any problems with acid. So you're gonna try and hack at the door?
I mean, maybe we can investigate the collapsed room with the stairs and make sure there's, nothing anywhere to do with this. Maybe it just looks like that.
Sure.
Yeah, like it's not like an illusion of collapsed rock, is it?
Like, it pokes around, they're real rocks. If you were willing to spend days or weeks, you might be able to excavate this area, but it looks like a real deal rock slide.
Okay.
I think we might be taking it for granted.
Indeed.
It's kind of a rocky situation we got going on here.
So this room is useless. The room beneath us was part of the puzzle that we broke, or the mechanism on the door. I feel like we kind of just have to keep going with what we've been doing since we broke everything else. If we want into the door, which I kind of feel like we have to.
Yep. Break it some more.
Okay. I'm going to try the sharp part since the blunt part didn't work.
All right, you start hacking at the door. Um,
I'm a terrible, terrible chosen one for this temple.
you apparently are. Like here's a series of alchemy-based puzzles. Kick it harder.
Get the big guy to
Keep
kick it.
doing it.
Do it again.
Yeah.
What's the definition of insanity?
Try.
What do I have?
Yes.
Insanity.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay, so you start hacking at the door with your super awesome sword. It's this one is much thicker than the others. You get a couple, like half an inch, maybe an inch in, and you find a layer that was like a hollowed core that was fully glass. There was like a tempered glass center that passed this highly potent acid to like through the mechanisms and through the keyhole and stuff like that. All of that's but now shattered, and so you
Right.
see this like as soon as you cut through it, a bunch of glass just kind of starts to pour out.
This is a fancy door.
You chop away a couple more pieces of that, and yeah, there was this like full thick glass layer, and that you have just broken into shards, and it is tumbling out as you destroy the door.
Yeah, this has got to be what they intended on us to do.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a little further.
You cut through and like dig out some of the glass to get it out of your way, and then start cutting through the other side of the door, and eventually you do cut a way through maybe 10-15 minutes of just hacking. Your arms are getting tired, you're sweaty, but eventually you hack your way through, revealing like a sliver of vision into this far room.
Full of broken glass.
Yeah, I mean, glass having tumbled out on the other side, of course. Hold on. Let me go back to my descriptions. Let's see if we can destroy another room. Okay.
Let's break the big puzzle next.
Yay.
Yeah. Let's see which one breaks first, us or the puzzle.
Randy, you sounded so excited.
I got puzzles. We're in a real dungeon. You're like, I kick it.
I see other
Harder.
doors in here. I'll
Harder.
use my other sword this time.
Yeah. Okay. This is a room much like the one with the circle on the left. In this room, it's a larger room, has exits on all sides, and in the center is a large stone bowl containing an active fire. For the one of you who went to that particular underground chamber, it looks just like that, but not in any sort of symbolic reason. Just they both have big cups of fire.
Okay.
So you see that through, like a 2-inch sliver that you've just sliced through the door or cut through the door. You still got another like 10 minutes of chopping before it's passable.
All right. Looks like this is the way forward. I'm glad we did this. This is a really efficient way of getting through this door.
Okay. 20 to 30 minutes have passed. Ugla finally chops enough of the door that he can really just kind of kick in the rest, and you can pass into the the firebowl chamber. It has, like I said, it has exits on all sides, double doors on the north and south, single door on the east.
Okay, we got to be cautious here. Don't do anything crazy like breaking a door down, and be real cautious. Check for traps and all that. Right?
Real cautious.
I roll investigate.
Okay.
He sees the fire, and he's like, "Wait, fire in this one, earth in the last one. This is another one of them alchemy puzzles, like they did for you at what's it called?
At Alderheart.
And yeah,
Just like last time, Lycus, this is even if you don't have your magic vision on because it's been so long, you can assume that there's probably an evocation source around this bowl used for fire-based rituals.
Okay.
The doors are to the east is unlocked. The door to the north and south are locked. To the south, you do find a trap, but it appears to have already been disarmed.
I shout to Ugly, hey, look, I like kicking you. You did it. You disarmed this trap.
Oh yeah, I must have kicked that last door so hard that this one unlocked itself. Knew it was coming.
Oh no, the door's locked. It's just there's a trap that's not
Untrapped
locked.
itself. Broke
Untrapped
all.
itself. That's right.
Lycus takes a good look, and let's start with this one.
All right.
You gonna do the north door? Are you trying to pick this lock, or what's your plan?
Yeah, trying to pick the lock.
Okay.
Maybe we should. So Ugla sees him start to do that and says, "Maybe we should open all the doors that are unlocked first, and then consider picking locks."
It's fine.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Lycus on this one. I got sprayed with acid the last time we tried this.
Yeah, let's solve it our way, not the way they wanted us to.
So, Lycus, while you guys are trying to logic that out, is already trying to pick the northern door. You pick this door with ease. Actually, it was a simple lock that just kept closed. It reveals a four-way or a three-way dead end.
I investigate the dead end.
Okay.
Yeah, Ugla peeks over his shoulder. That's a trap closet.
You are like your adventurer senses are tingling. One of these walls is fake, but you just can't figure out which one.
Does it look normal in there?
Sort of. I mean, one of the walls is. People don't build dead ends in places like this for no reason. Especially not one with double doors. If it was going to be a closet, they would put a single door.
Could be a fancy closet.
That's true. Would you mind putting your foot through each of these?
Yeah, of course. So one of them's probably fake?
Yep.
All right. So Ugla will take his sword out and he's going to tap each of them, see if any of them sounds hollow.
Nope, all stone.
Ugh. God, kicking stone.
You don't have to do it.
Could I try to roll investigate again to see if I can tell which one's which?
This is good.
I'll give you the last chance to find a hidden something. You know that the back wall, the north wall, is the fake one, but you don't know how to open it.
We just have to figure out how to deal with it and open it. But the back wall there, I do believe that's the fake one. So, what? How do we get past it? Just
gonna try feeling it. Does it feel very solid?
Feels like stone.
I lean against it. Does it move at all?
Nope.
I wonder if there's some sort of magic etching on it or something like this.
Oh, right. Let me.
10 minutes of ritual later, it is not a magical wall.
Kick it.
So it's not magic. There's got to be some
there's
contraction.
got to be a way to move it. Does it?
Maybe it has to do with the other doors.
Oh, we're really bad at this.
You guys are not good at dungeon crawling.
We have D&D blinders on.
Fucking adventuring ADHD. You're like,
what?
A thing! Let's kick that one thing until it does something!
Yeah, let's just try the unlocked door. Maybe it'll open something in what was a locked door.
All right, so we go over to the east door.
Okay. You open the east door, revealing another hallway, which will show the other side of that empty wall, a collapsed stone that was once a doorway, a closed door, and a dead end that seems to be leaking water from the floor. Not leaking, so I guess water's welling up from the floor to the south.
Okay, and we tried the south door.
The south door is locked, but supposedly untrapped or was trapped, but has been disarmed. All right. Once again, a simple lock opens the southern doors and reveals a large collapsed room.
Look, Ugly, you kicked the door so hard it caused the whole room to collapse.
Yeah, I don't think this place was built too soundly. It seems to be
Especially
Well, it's been here a long time.
Lycus, do you not get humor? Question mark.
Lycus, you are pretty sure that there, once upon a time, one of these large stone element bowls was in this room, but it is probably destroyed by the cave-in.
Okay,
Does that one have the water bowl in it? Like,
maybe.
You don't. I mean, the room is not wet.
I mean, we found the earth one and the fire one, so now we need the wind one and the water one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Air and water, but yes.
And hard, of course.
Why? That was
Our
that
power
bowl was with us the
supply.
whole
But that's
time.
Genra.
Oh, right, Kenra, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so head across the hall.
Okay. This door is not locked.
Check it first.
Okay. Does not appear to be
It's
trapped.
fine.
It's fine.
Push it open.
Okay, this reveals a large, partially collapsed chamber. And what looks to be like a wellspring. Like there is obviously an underground aquifer somewhere deep below you, and you see the destroyed remnants of a stone bowl in, like shards and pieces inside of the pool.
Check the shards and pieces to see if we can decipher what they.
The pieces look like any of the other bowls that you found in the other rooms.
Right, but do they have like a particular symbol associated with them?
Water.
Right. Okay.
You can see that the water that wells up in this room is obviously not filling and flooding the room. It's escaping somewhere to the south.
Okay. He goes to look at the top of the room over here.
More destroyed sections. There was at one point in time a passage here, but it is buried in rubble.
Okay. In that case, he's going to go back to the hallway over here and take a look around.
Okay.
Do you not like that?
Is there a button?
Is there a button? No, there is not a button. But there are a series of symbols on this interior wall. Let me draw. Symbols. The symbols mark one are just the simple signs for each of the four elements, and they are so it's like element, and then a large kind of like cup or bowl shape beneath them.
Okay. I think water's taken care of. What does it look like there's in the bowl?
This is the fire bowl.
Right. Is there fire in there, or?
Yep, it is actively a fire. There is fire here.
How hot is the fire? Is it like emanating like scorching amounts of heat, or is it just kind of like a normal fire?
It's a pretty normal fire.
What was that? What's that tiny circle in the northwest?
That was the SA bowl that you guys ignored.
Just a bowl.
No, it was a stone bowl with the letters S and A painted on it, with some other letters that had flecked off over the years.
S and A.
Yes. It was part of the acid puzzle.
Oh.
Whoops.
Lycus returns to the north room to see if there's something he can try to figure.
Okay. Roll a new investigate. Sure. Now that you know what you're looking for, you see that the center of this small room has a very lightly grooved circle in the middle.
How big is said circle?
Like a foot across, maybe.
And Lycus, how big was that bowl back there?
How big is the bottom of the bowl for fire?
Very.
Okay, it's the same size as the rest of it.
Oh no, I mean it's a cup, so not. I mean it's not the same at the bottom as it is. It's not a cylinder. It's a cup.
Right. Basically, does it match with the groove in the bottom on this?
Oh, like if you moved that bowl or something? No, that'd be too big.
Okay.
What about the SA bowl? How big was that?
The SA bowl is roughly that size, but it was attached to its pedestal.
Uggla's going to start moving rocks off of whatever this is in the north of the water chamber.
That's a tumbled wall. Like if you yeah, like this red piece, this was a wall.
Oh, so it looks like there's something so you can go around the wall.
Yeah, there's a passage over here. You could so like if you could move these rocks, you might expose a ruin.
Okay. Yeah, Uggla's just gonna. He's thinking to himself, I'm not very good at these puzzles, but maybe if I just use a little, maybe if I just put my physicality into something, maybe I can clear up something up here. He's just sort of moving these rocks around.
Uggla, roll intelligence.
Oh no.
Yeah. Rather than this northern section, why don't you clear the southern rocks and see where that water goes?
Yeah, so he starts moving the rocks, then it clicks to him. Why the fuck am I moving these? There's clearly something on the side producing this water. Let's figure out where that's coming from. Goes down there to do that.
Okay. Begins the long, arduous task of clearing the water, or clearing the rocks. Anybody else doing anything?
Do I hear him doing the manual labor?
I mean, it's pretty far through a hallway. I mean, you saw him walk over there. If a few minutes passed, you could surely just wander over.
Yeah, I wander over and I see him doing that, so I go by and give him a little hand.
Give him help out. All right. Rezik goes to assist in the rock clearing.
How deep is that water?
Not very. Maybe like at the center where it's welling up, maybe 3 or 4 inches. But where as it comes out of the room and then siphons to the south, not even an inch at most.
Genra kind of hears the sound of the water. So she walks into that room and just plops down in the water and starts strumming on her bandolier.
Okay.
Does Uggla hear a whant in the background?
You hear a splash and then some strumming.
Reduced in the water. You're that happy. There's got to be a little something.
Okay. Lycus, what are you doing?
Finding a rock and putting it on the groove.
Okay. You find a piece of earth, place it in the circle, and it begins to very faintly glow.
Oh. Okay. He goes over to the water and puts it on the earth.
Okay. You you go and you snag some water from the area and then bring it back. Is that what you're saying? Okay. It glows ever so slightly brighter. Now what?
Whenever he comes and gets the water, ask him what he's doing.
Oh, the 4 elements. I just need to put them in this room over here, and then maybe something.
Oh, I stop what I'm doing. I go over to the fire. I'm like, I want to take where I have my gloves on. I want to reach in and try and grab some fire.
Okay. There's no fuel left on your gloves, so they just don't burn. There's nothing really happens.
I just yell into Ugly or like I said, well, I've done all I can do, and I go back to helping.
Like,
Oh, okay,
like us,
Yeah.
like us pull the torch from his.
Okay. You bring the torch in and set the fire within the circle, and it glows to the 3rd level.
He blows on the.
I am infinitely disappointed in the lack of 5th element references, but as you blow into the circle, it reaches its final glow, and you hear the mechanism activate as the wall
Yell it.
begins to slide
Please.
upwards.
Lights.
Multi-path.
His references.
Corbin, Corbin, I got no fire. I don't smoke anymore, Corbin.
All right, so there's a passage over there.
Yes, it is beginning to very slowly, like it's loud and slow as the stone begins to rise.
Can we hear it from the other room?
No, probably not, because you're making noise moving the stones. In the other room, you actually have started to free up some of the space, and the water flow is increasing. It's taking some of the rocks with it. And we'll say for fun, plotty timing, right about the time he figures out the rest of the puzzle, you guys clear enough that it pushes a large section of rock out of the way, and you can see into the southern area a little bit. So, like, you see there's basically this water slide that you could, like, step into, or maybe even, like, ride into this southern section. And looking through it, because it's a narrow rock tunnel that the water's passing through now, you see a probably a larger pool at the other end, but you can't see into the room.
Interesting.
Lycus, the door is sliding upwards and reveals a very large chamber with 5 bowls.
He's gonna go run over to the others. Hey, I fixed.
Oh, okay, cool. We cleared out some of this. If we want to go figure out where all this water is coming from, we could jump on in. But yeah,
Stop.
let's go take a look.
Sorry, my dog's licking my feet.
He runs on back. And what's on the
What's on the what?
the bowls?
Okay. In this chamber, large open room with 5 bowls. The outer square of bowls are similar to the others you've seen or could have seen. One of each element. Is your phone just sitting on the dog?
Yes.
Okay.
He's just standing here, so I'm like, what are you doing?
Start piling stuff on him. Okay. Yeah, so there are 4 bowls, and in the center you see a it's not a bowl, I mean it's the full bowl, the full cup shape, but this one's leveled off, like it's filled with cement or something, with rock or stone. And in it are indentions or impressions of 4 like roughly circular shapes. They are empty, but there are 4, like four indentions of roughly circular shapes. Each bowl is filled with its element. Even the air bowl, which has a swirling vortex of air.
And the one in the middle.
The one in the middle is the one that's filled with stone and has the indentions. So
Okay.
I'll draw them for you. So it's
Are the indentions in the same layout as the bowls?
no, they're in a line. Yeah, like a circle tool. There we go.
So did you get the door to open, or did I see the bowl when we came in? Was it clear?
No. When you came through that area, you saw a bit of dirt, a lit torch, and some slightly damp stone.
How many indentions are there on it? Is it 4 or is it 5?
It's 4.
Okay.
I will give you a little description for free, since there are some things that would be difficult not to notice. In the air bowl, at the base of the little vortex, basically right at the center of the bottom, you see a large white gemstone. What else is in this room? At the far end, there's like an obvious stone wall that doesn't look like the rest of the walls, but it's a wall, not a door. And on the right side, there is a chest. Chest right here. That is already open and appears to be empty.
Lycus pokes at it to see if it has a false bottom.
Hold on, we're doing all sorts of. I gotta do all sorts of reading. So
Sure.
let's back up to the entry. You spot, so from here you spot the bowls. You can see the symbols or the indentions on the center because it's lower than your eye height, and you can see the chest that is open, but you're not sure if it's empty from the entryway. Okay, cool. That's what we see from there. Lycus, you're entering the room. Okay. Make a dex save.
The second we stop checking.
Yep. Alrighty. You step onto and depress a tile from the ceiling directly above. You take. I need you to make a con save now.
I mean, if he's right in front of me, could I grab him?
No.
Pull him backwards?
No.
If I hear crazy stuff happen, if I hear the click.
He fails his save. You don't get one. Alright, you take 1 damage from a dart and 4 from poison as a dart from the ceiling shoots out.
Yeah, I was going to go real fast. If it was a rock falling, I might somehow be super fast and pull him out of the way, but not a dart.
Ow.
Yep.
I shall return
Okay.
momentarily. It won't do it a second.
Okay.
You continue exploring with darts.
You just run in like this?
He's gonna keep going.
Okay, you take another step into another tile. Make a dex save.
Ah, damn it.
Would you have gone left or right? Or left or straight or diagonal?
He
Alright.
would have gone straight. He would have gone straight.
You walk straight 1 tile and make a dex save. This time, more assured that you might be in for trouble, you nimbly dodge out of the way as another dart from the ceiling.
Does the tile undepress from where he was standing?
It did.
Oh. Ugla's gonna yell out, "Get back here!"
Lycus is gonna try to step out in front of.
And as soon as he steps on, Ugla's just going to grab him and try and pull him backwards, expecting more shit to fly out at him.
Lycus, make a dex save. Once again, with amazing dexterity, he dodges a dart and then slides back into the previous chamber.
Okay. Looks like we don't have to check this room for traps since every tile is trapped. Wish we had some levitating boots.
Boots of levitation, you say?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Lycus. Or sorry, Hey, Rezik, you have levitation boots?
I look around in my pack and I'm like, I'm usually pretty prepared, but no, I didn't pick any of those up.
You know, if Lycus was still a wizard, he could cast levitate, but darn.
Yeah, fancy. Yeah, the wizards are pretty handy. My next character is going to be a obnoxious know-it-all wizard.
So you'll play one of my characters.
It's getting there. I'll need a. Oh, never mind. I'll just do it. In general, I try to like round things out. But I'm just gonna do it next time.
Okay, I need some help here.
You want me to throw you onto one of the?
No.
I mean, we got this rope.
We also have rocks.
Yeah. In fact, we got a lot of rocks. Let's just put a rock on every one of these, and it'll shoot until it doesn't shoot anymore, right?
Oh, no,
There you go.
It probably only shoots when it reloads every time it comes back up.
So we need to get into the ceiling.
No,
and
you just need to depress all the tiles.
We need to kick the ceiling.
No, kick the ceiling, yes.
Yeah, climb through the ceiling to disable these things.
Yeah.
Lucas goes back to pick up a rock and drops it on one of the tiles in front.
Yeah. Ugla follows, grabs a couple rocks, and tosses them down.
Okay, so you guys go grab reasonably heavy stones, because like little, rocks, little tiny pebbles aren't going to do shit.
Sure.
But Ugla with his high strength goes and grabs some, good solid sized boulders or whatever.
I could get a huge one, and just toss it and take care of 4 at once.
You could. It'd be hard to move around, but you could. But we'll assume that you go grab 5 to 10 pound stones, and you can depress tiles ahead of you,
and make them easy to traverse.
Right. You'll figure out that not every tile in the room was trapped, but there was only one safe path to traverse the room, and it did involve jumping over the first 2 tiles. But after 10 minutes of rocks, you essentially detrap the entire chamber.
Cool.
At that point, we can resume that Lycus wanted to investigate the chest. Lycus, the chest appears to be empty, but if you'd like to investigate it, roll. You think that there is a lining hiding some sort of like scratches in the wood of the chest.
Hiding some scratches.
Like it's got like a felt inner lining, and you're touching the all around the chest, and you're like, oh, there's something under the felt here.
Have fun, BB.
What do you do?
He pulls out something to lightly tap on the things he finds on.
So you got like a spoon, and you tap the felt. Nothing happens.
Yep. But there's no like distinct sound.
It sounds like wood.
That comes.
Sounds like felt over wood.
Okay. Then he ignores the rest of it, and he's gonna look at the large bowls to see if there's any more gems, like there was on the air one.
So the earth bowl, of course, is not. You can't see through that shit. The fire bowl, there is a shape at the bottom, but the waviness of the fire makes it hard to see. And the water bowl does have a it's got like a same color gem, so it's almost impossible to make out, but you can see like the outlines of a shape at the base.
Okay. Well, I think there's 4 gems, 4 slots. We just need to get them out of each one of these bowls.
Yeah, yeah. Those circles from the larger circles probably go into the smaller circles.
Exactly.
Were there any instructions about it in the box?
No, there's nothing in the box.
Nothing at all. Seems weird to have an empty box in here.
Someone may have come through and pillaged it already.
Maybe.
What about the scratches, Lycus? There was scratches.
There's itches in it.
Had itches.
Uggla's real confused about that. He's gonna go investigate the box.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll be able to figure it out, right?
Probably.
Oh fuck.
You're pretty sure there's some scratches under the felt of the box.
Hey, Lycus, did you feel these scratches under the felt in this box?
Yeah, but it sounded like wood.
I mean, somebody could have, like, scratched notes into it or something. Maybe it says, "Don't put the gems in the holes, or you'll end up like me." You mind if I rip the felt out and try and read it?
In a box, itchy.
All right, so he's gonna go over there and grab a piece of charcoal and a piece of paper and try to get some of those things out from under the felt.
A talon and run it across the felt along the top.
Okay.
So that he can peel it down and look at it.
All right. While Lycus is fishing out tools to make a rubbing, Ugla just slices the felt. Okay. You pull the felt down, and in a pretty old but still like common or bird folk tongue. Well, I guess it would be actually this is probably humble folk. Written in Vulpin. There is text.
I can't really read this. It must be one of the humble tongues.
Lycus peers at it.
It says, water...
Hey, Lycus, it's your mom.
It says, water soaks the ground. The ground feeds new life. New life rises to touch the sky. I prepared explosive runes today.
Ooh.
Son of a...
Dex saves from both of you.
Wow.
Or Lycus.
That was the reason why we took the rubbing and not cut the felt.
That's just life. Is it half? Okay. The chest explodes with lightning damage for 17 points to Lycus and 8 points to Ugla.
Oh my goodness.
Can we hear this if we're in the other room?
In the other room you hear a blast of lightning.
Oh no.
So there was something in that chest.
Ow.
Oh, you look pretty fried. Let me see if I can help you a little. I'm gonna go put his arm on his shoulder and
let's just take a rest. Let's just take a rest.
Oh, I mean, I guess it's safe to sleep in here. There was a creepy cat outside, but I mean, hey, they said this place is occupied. I don't know if it's safe to rest in here, man. I guess a short rest. We can still be relatively alert. Okay.
Lycus closes the door right there.
As a cruel DM, I didn't see any of you taking notes, but as an unfortunate DM, I saw one of you has fucking keen mind.
About what the thing said.
So this was your clue before explosive runes.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I remembered.
But did you remember it exactly? Okay. Okay. So, are you guys taking a short rest here? Is that what I heard? Or are you taking a long rest?
Yep. Short rest.
Yeah.
What time? Like, relatively, what time is it?
We have no clue.
What? No. Lycus knows. One of Keen Mind's features is always having a good idea of what time it is.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Ha! There we go.
You guys have spent quite a bit of time in the temple area. You did a lot of exploring, a lot of investigating, a lot of sitting down to cast detect magic over and over. You entered the swamp. Was that after a rest? Did you guys rest outside the swamp, or did you go straight in? If I remember. I want to say you went straight in because you arrived at like midday.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
It was never nighttime when we were outside.
Right. So it's been several hours. So like you spent a couple hours in the swamp, then you fell, then you did a couple hours in the chasm, and now it's been a couple hours in the temple. So it's late evening, 8 p.m.
Okay.
Oh man, if only I was a wizard here.
If only you were a wizard.
I could have used tiny hut.
So, you take a short rest. Your hour passes with no issues. Nothing happens. Nobody pops out, except Genra. At one point during the rest, you hear that feline growl, but it appears, gets a little louder, and then fades.
Okay.
That was a hell of a hit dice.
I'll wait till we're all awake to talk about it.
Okay. Technically, short rests aren't necessarily naps. You're just like really sitting down and focusing on resting.
So we're kind of all.
We're rolling hit dice to
Yeah.
restore our
Yeah.
fucked up hit points.
Yeah, and like you're binding wounds. You know, like you're just making yourself completely accessible to being ambushed and stuff like that. But you can be awake.
All right. What? It's happening again. It's happening again. I can hear it.
What is?
That cat.
We should go close all these doors. Cats can't open doors.
Oh,
Lycus goes over here to this door,
Okay.
or to the door after the one that's been destroyed.
Okay.
We're like, haha, we can't close this door.
All right.
Closes it.
Well, wait, which one? So you're like every door is open because you guys came through all of them. So you're at the destroyed door now. Okay, you're gonna close the left door there.
Yep.
Okay. The door to the south is also open.
Close that one.
Okay. As you move to the southern door,
No.
curiosity does get the best of you, as it does of all people, and you spot a very large kitty. I'll make it super big just so you can see the cool art. Kapow!
It's
Oh,
a
sweet.
plant cat.
It's a bunch of freaking legged cats.
This was the big paws and the small paws.
It's a sucky cat. Get them big old suckers on it. That's why there wasn't that much blood.
Those are definitely not suckers. Those are teeth.
Well, I mean, underneath the teeth is probably some suckers.
Nah, they're like paddles. It attacks with them. It like slaps people and stabs them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Anyways, so in the doorway, just kind of prowling around as you're closing this door, you peek ahead through Lycus, and this big bitch just had its nose to the ground, looks straight at you.
Close the door.
And I close the door.
Yeah.
Because it couldn't possibly fit through there.
I definitely could if it was open, but yeah, now do you rapidly close the door, or is this a?
Try to slowly close it so that it doesn't. Well, no, it saw me,
it's
so
looking right at you.
Yeah, it's gonna be we're gonna quickly close the door, but not slam it.
Oh, not slam, but you're gonna. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the moment that door starts to move, it's running. It's trying to get to you.
Slam.
Okay. You hear it fucking like crash into the door and the wall and the shelving there. And you hear large, powerful claws tearing at that wood.
Kitty's here.
Okay, you ready to fight a big old evil cat? Wait, maybe it's not evil. Maybe we can talk to it. Ginner, you want to try talking to it?
It wanted to eat me.
Point
It
of
doesn't
order,
want to
at
talk.
this point, you have not finished your short rest.
Oh, I don't get those points.
Not yet. Not if you were gonna pick a fight right now. You can finish it. I will let you not interrupt it, but you're at the 30-minute mark out of the 60 you need.
How could we just like brace the door, I guess?
Can you?
Okay, guys. I think it's important that we finish this little nap. Let's move some stuff in front of this broken door so that it's a pretty. Oh, it's gone. I broke this door a lot.
A lot.
Maybe southern door. Are any of these doors still sturdy? Looking around.
All of
metal.
No metal. No, they were all of them are thick wood. You could sequester yourself into the small chamber and close the double doors there. There was a functional lock there that would add a little bit of fortitude, a smidgen.
Guys, I got it. Let's go to the top chamber. Move the rocks off the traps, and it'll walk in after us, set off the traps, take some damage.
So you want to move into the top chamber and like open up the dart traps?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. Get moving. And then close the door behind you so that maybe we can finish our rest before it breaks through these other doors.
So you guys want to move to the northern chamber, close the double door, and then and then retrap
the ones around the door.
Yeah, and then retrap several of these near the door.
Right. Any of them within, I don't know. Any of them within like 6 spaces of the door.
Okay.
I guess. Because we know it can jump, so.
Right. So these were trapped. These are trapped. These are trapped. Then there's like here, and you have to jump around this room.
Yeah.
All right. Those are basically all of the southern side traps. What you reactivate? I don't know, all of them. Let's say
we'll go for those. We can tactical around them. Sure. So we know what these are going to do, but this thing probably doesn't.
Right. All right. So you've got two doors and a series of dart traps between you and the big cat. You sit down. You simmer down to finish off your rest. Right about the time that you end your rest, you can hear him starting to break through the double door. He's like starting to rip through that one. But as that first little like sliver of sight comes through, the sound stops, and you hear him prowl off.
Wow. This room might be magic. We freaked it right out.
That, or it knows that there are many traps within it. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing knew about this entire place and all of its nuances.
Oh, maybe so. But either way, it's not trying to eat us right now, so.
Sure, I'm thankful that we decided to come in here.
Yeah, now we just gotta make sure we can. I mean, we might have to. Maybe it knows that we have to go back south at some point in order to solve this puzzle in here.
If it was smart, it would know that we'd likely be coming out, but who knows?
I mean, like, as we were just thinking, put the gems in, right? Like the wind gem. That one should be easy to get without getting hurt, right? Or the fire gem. Rezi, you could grab that with your gloves.
Right. Water, ground, fire, air.
And I'm like, hey guys, what did that box say?
Oh, water soaks the ground feeds new life rises to touch.
Oh, well, maybe we need to do that to these bowls, and it'll deactivate whatever traps are on them. Let's test it. Water soaks the ground, so scoop up some water out of that bowl, put it in the dirt bowl, see if anything happens, right?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to go for it. Now that I'm feeling healthy again. Could I get a little bowl or a test tube of some kind, I guess? Oh, wait, I've got my mess kit. Okay.
Okay, sure.
You pull out your pot and
Yeah.
do what now?
I'm going to scoop some water.
Okay.
I'm going to go dump it on the earth one.
Okay. The earth gets slightly soggy.
Okay, water soaks the ground feeds new life. What does that mean?
Fire is typically the element of.
Oh. So I guess.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so we can use water to help dig out the gem that's in here. We can use the ground to smother the fire and collect the gem over there. And then all right, well, give it a shot.
Okay, so I'm going to dump some more water on it, and then start like feeling down into it, trying to find the gem.
Okay. I mean, the earth was already soft and easily moved, so it is now slightly soggy, and you start digging around, and eventually you will, find it with your hand. There's a earthy brown gemstone.
Does it feel attached?
Nope.
So I'm going to go ahead and pull it out.
Mm-hmm. You've got an earthy brown gemstone.
Hey, didn't blow up. Cool. Maybe the words have more to do with the order that they need to be placed in than how to retrieve them.
Yeah, yes. Water, earth, fire.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and grab the water one, and I'll put that in the topmost one, I guess.
Okay.
And then I'll put the earth one in the second one.
Okay.
You said then fire, then air. Rezik, see if you can get the fire one without catching yourself on fire.
Okay, and I just go over to the fucking earth and take the earth and dump it in there. Does it smother it?
It does not.
I do it again.
Magic fire.
So I put a whole bunch in it.
Okay.
No, you need to use your gloves, I think.
Now the fire gem is buried in earth.
Sweet. And so
And there's fire over the earth.
Fire over the earth.
Okay, and then I just kind of reach in with my glove and try and feel around.
Okay. You fish it out.
And then okay.
All right, yeah, then put that one in the third slot. And the air one looks deceptively clear. Kind of freaked out, but okay.
Genma, would you get that?
Sure, I guess.
All right. You reach into the swirling air vortex and pluck out a white gem.
Cool.
There you go.
Slot.
So it goes right here.
Okay. So you place them. It was you place them water, earth, fire, air, top to bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. A section of stone on the left side of the room begins to slide upward. And you see a small, seemingly empty, like 5x5 closet or like small space. But immediately, you all begin to smell sulfur.
Oh.
No. Did we do it wrong? Should we rearrange them?
Yeah, let's switch them back around. Let's see. Water,
Bottom,
earth.
top?
Direction. Maybe it was supposed to be bottom to top instead of top to bottom.
Right.
Let's just switch them.
Okay. Everybody in the room make a Constitution save. All right. Both of my 10s, Lycus and Rezik, gained the poisoned condition for the next hour.
Ouch.
That's basically disadvantage on everything for the next hour.
Except for saves.
Right.
So yeah, Ugla's going to switch them around to the opposite order so that it's the same order but going bottom to top instead of top to bottom.
Okay. And with that, the stone, the obvious, the obvious stone door, the one at the far end, begins to slide upwards.
Oh, damn them and their semantics.
You find another of these small chambers with a pair of double doors on the far side.
All right, watch for traps.
Okay, you're fantastic 11.
Watching Lycus do this. Are you feeling okay?
I feel drunk.
I feel drunk. Is it because of the gas you inhaled down there?
I guess.
Ugla's gonna put his hand on him and try and cure any poisons or diseases he has for 5.
Okay, you cure him of poison.
Does that feel better?
Like it says yes, apparently.
I killed him.
Yes, that helps.
Oh, thank Altus.
Passed out.
Okay. You did not discover any traps on the door.
All right, open it up.
Okay. Reveals another chamber similar to the ones that you've seen before, with a large cup in the center and doors on every side. However, in addition, you see a man. A man in armor. He's not like a human, like a Humblewood male. But there is an old, crotchety-looking hedge with this little like goblin creature just kind of grasping the helmet he wears on top of his head. He has long, wispy beard and a big coiffed sides and a huge nose. He and his little goblin dude sit in a chair on the far side of the room before the double door. And on either side of the bowl are a pair of large zombie-esque, like they're not zombies, but they look like they're like flesh crafts. Like big, now of course, again, in Humblewood, these are not humanoid thingies. Let's say there's servants. There's 2 flesh-crafted servant creatures.
Could you say flesh golems, or
Yeah,
do they
flesh golem is their actual creature name or creature type. But in character, you don't necessarily know those. You've never seen a golem before. So there's 2, monstrous amalgamations of servant flesh.
Ugla sees them and remembers, I bet if I smite them, it should do twice as much damage. I'm not dying this time.
Perhaps I will remember that in the future as we, as the man looks up from what looks like a nap. Are you? Huh? Ah, you didn't die. Ah, good. Now you might die, but not yet. Good. Yes, I'm glad. Hello. I am Thalasar. Welcome to my temple.
It's your temple of universal understanding.
It is the Temple of Universal Understanding, and I am its only remaining acolyte, high priest, etc.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm Lycus.
Pleasure, Lycus.
Tell him
Yes.
you're an alchemist.
Oh, I'm an alchemist, and I had a vision to come here sometime.
Dude, show him your back.
But
Yeah,
I was gonna show him the hand first.
dude.
But all right, I'll show him the back.
The guild thing, the back thing. That's like why you're really here, right?
Well, I mean, it's part of the reason why I'm here. Sure. And Lycus like takes his pack off of his back, and lifts up
Robes.
the back of his tunic.
Okay. For those of you who are not partially disrobing and therefore somewhat distracted, you can see the elderly Hedge grow more interested by the moment. And when Lycus reveals his back, he gets a wide, sinister grin. Ah! I've been waiting.
Perfect.
Flesh
Knew we
crabs,
can't.
destroy them. I need his pelt. And
What?
That's where we'll pick up next time.
Yeah.
All right.
He wants a fox coat. Son of a bitch.
He's just trying to get himself a soft winter coat, guys. That's all.
That's true. That's all he wants.
But half of it's bare. What do you mean?
Well, it's very
Why doesn't he fit
stylish.
in?
All right,
True.
Cruella. This little Hedge is no longer whatever his name was. It's now Cruella.
No longer
Mhm.
Thalassar, now Cruella. All right, cool beans. Those of you out there on the internet, we appreciate you. Have lovely lives. Have a great weekend. Don't get the COVID or the anything else. Goodbye.
You don't need a